having pop-off games, never dying as well, just doing damage, being in right positions. And that survivability is what makes a difference for Mailmate, just being able to survive in rough situations.
4.0 plus KD in this one. So that he does go down, but not before adding another assist. He's in double figures in that category, and his running mate, in like you said, Petabot, the games where they won, his running mate Astro is right there with him, just four less kills, same amount of assists, and just two more deaths. So to be the best player in the lobby and to have a running mate that you feel like is a peer and is right at your level, that's the reason why Sleigh Bells approach the grand finals from the winner side of the bracket. They're starting to show more and more why.
Yep, and so now momentum's on their side. They got that Slayer win. They're still going to need to take 2 map wins, but if they can win one more and send it to a map 7, I mean, at that point, it just gets scrappy battle. It's either one's point. Like at a game 7, I feel it's impossible to predict which one of these teams will take it, but we need to get there first. And Sleigh Bells have the momentum starting to get that.
Sleigh Bells have bounced back in this series, and they've brought it back to within one. It was previously at that mark, but that was a long time ago. That was at 2-1 in the series. Now it's 3-2. So, despite all the times where it felt like no sense was set to reset the bracket, Sleigh Bells have different plans. Now the question is, they've been able to win one, but they've never won, at least in this series, two in a row. That could be what sets up the run that you need to almost have like a gentleman's reverse sweep where you take three in a row.
Yeah, for sure. Being able to get that 2 in a row, and then you have the momentum. If that
Yep.
other team feels like they choked their opportunity. They were up 3-1 and now they're at a game 7. You're like, okay, I have to close this out. That's where the mental side of things start to come in, is you're in the back of your head thinking, I should have won this 2 maps ago.
Yep.
Like we were up ahead and now all of a sudden we're fighting at that game 7.
Yeah, and second guessing yourself in the pre or post game lobby materializes into your gameplay when you're back on the sticks. So the more that Sleigh Bells can do to force No Sense to kind of question, like, are we legit? Like, are we the team that can come from lower round 2 to taking the crown? It's a tall task. I mean, that's already going to plant a seed of doubt because it's just you just don't see tournaments where a team takes it from that far and that deep in the lower side of the bracket. So this is going to be a very big win. It's not game 7, Petabot, but I'd almost put my neck on the line and say the winner of this next game wins the series.
Yeah, I think that's a good decision. Just with how we were talking about that momentum, seeing that happen, winning that. And I'm just curious, how do you bounce back looking forward to the next one? You need to win it here. You have one more map of cushion. And even if they do go to a game 7, and let's say the bracket gets reset at that point, it went to a game 7. You're playing a lot of Halo. Now you got another best of 7 waiting for you
Yeah.
on the backside. So you're like,
Yeah.
I should have finished it sooner because we have so much Halo to play. And we say it before, but I mean, fatigue definitely is the thing, especially for some of these players. I mean, it's getting late at night, it's getting past some people's bedtimes. So, how can you lock in? Hopefully, have an energy drink stored away in the back of your fridge or something prepared for this grand finals.
Yeah, that's why we alerted everybody after just game 1. We said, go get your snack, go get your water, your coffee, your chicken parmesan. You need a full course dinner because this one's going to go the distance, and it has so far. At least going into a game 6, if not a game 7, this series has delivered everything and then some. So it's still out there on the table for No Sense, but even it's a tall task, right? Just simply netting a win here, which has been so hard to come by. It doesn't win the tournament; it just simply resets the bracket. So they've got to mentally in their head prepare to be playing Halo for at least another hour, if not hour and a half, and that's
Yeah.
that's a long time. This tournament started at 1 o'clock, and we might go to 1. So I mean, 12 straight hours of frying your eyeballs and tweaking on the sticks. That's where you, like you said, fatigue starts to become an absolute factor.
Yeah. And now we're going on to neutral bomb, which is another usually long game mode. I feel like you don't see it a lot of times where somebody's getting those 3 caps. You're going the full time. Once again, just adding to that endurance. Is Aquarius, though, you do have those opportunities more. and like Fortress Bomb. But it's going to be a little bit slow pace. Teams are going to have to control that 50 here if they want chance.
Yeah, and go back to the last time that we saw No Sense compete on Aqua Bomb. It was relentless aggression and camo. That was the key to their victory. They're going to have to go back to the well. They're going to have to go right back to that. And there you go. There's the burn win condition that we called for from Sleigh Bells. I do believe it burnt. Cyanide with the triple kill. And watch out, because it feels like things are starting to crumble a little bit for No Sense. We're starting to see Sleigh Bells' best version of Halo, and they're already in the blue base.
Yeah, they're pushing base, and it's off the kills of Cyanide. But one of the spawners ends up in that util side, able to clean that one up. Sense finds 3. Stop that push completely, and now No Sense has an opportunity here. Pushing this bomb towards the util side is Steezy. Using the nades, making sure no one's spawning in this util. Gonna have to fight Mailman. Gonna have to fight 2 of them. Gets a damage and gets a trade. Good trade out of there to get damage on the other player as well.
Look at Sleigh Bells sending the bait and switch. 2 separate instances of a bait and switch down there by the util. That's kept No Sense at bay. We do see numbers dropping though now, and even net 2v2. Crucial 1v1 gunfight. And Mailman gets the help. So, no, he does not. Excuse me. Astro gets the help. It's getting a little late. My apologies. Mailman coming up clutch, helping out his teammate Astro. And now Astro needs no help. 5 perfect shots, keeps himself alive. The bomb is back in the hands of No Sense. Again, they haven't got the camo to start things off, but that unrelenting pressure that they rode to victory in the previous Aqua Bomb is showing itself once again.
Mailman with the perfect shots despite the sprint straight there. Able to hit some good shots. Ends up getting traded out. Now Astro controlling this top mid position. Waiting for the next player. Sense gets a trade, slowing down the push. So we're seeing some of those scrappy fights we're seeing from these teams earlier. Ends up trying to fly and get the trade there. Going to get taken out. 2 players, 1 shot on this car side. Shields are going to regain. No Sense unable to capitalize on that damage yet. Somehow, Astro's still alive.
Stay alive long enough for his teammates to spawn and get to him. No, all 4 go down, and No Sense have the bomb in the red base. They're advancing it even further off of spawn. Sleigh Bells are gonna have to play perfect Halo. Great grenade toss is going out. Did that bomb get out? No, it did not. Oh my God! Kalar single-handedly with the fist takes down 2, looking to reset it, and instead he'll score. No Sense go up on top.
What? That was insane. It looked like either one of those players would be able to throw it out or at least get the kill. But Kalar, once again, with the clutch play, double melee to get that plant going up 1-0. And that's going to be huge in this bomb if they can hold this lead. And now Steezy with the camo bomb combo might get a little sneaky here. Gets the backsmack teammate there, gets a killing spree. But camo gets taken out, but the bomb is there. The damage might be done. Nope, they're able to throw that one out as the spawners clear the base, and now we have a reset with that bomb.
Sense goes down to 1 HP, but I do believe he'll maintain his life, not for an aggressive push here into the util. Down to 1 HP once again. He has extended his life far beyond what he might have expected. Still staying alive, but he gets chased out. And by chasing him out, they advance further into the base. But look at the bomb, it's on the other side. So a little bit of a misstep in the process. Sure, you clear the base, but you don't have the bomb to pair with it.
Yep. This team trying to clear this one out. Going to be met with the sticky grenade, the insta-splode. Still able to survive here. Sense looking for that damage, able to clean it up. Balls set back towards that 50 side. Trade battles continue to happen forward. Skeezy in control here on the top mid. Waiting for a player. Gets caught out by that spawner. And it's just been a game of who's been able to find the pressure here on that side, on the spawners. So far, it's been scrappy, besides the one time that No Sense was able to get that score. Who's going to be the next to get that clean wipe?
Good shots on an unsuspecting opponent. Cyanide goes down to the fist from Steezy. They maintain their pressure, and up 1-0. That's the name of the game. Offense, in this case, is the best form of defense.
They're gonna have to slow this one in. It gets the nade for the damage. Teammates there to clean that one up. Now Sense waiting for this camo here. Finds the one shot. Cyanide gets cleaned up there. Push is going through. Going into that base side. Looking for Mailman, who is weak since doing the cleanup job here. Now waiting for that bomb to push forward. Fighting the spawner and fridge. Don't have to fight someone back base doing max damage. Now teammates there to clean it up.
No sense. Approaching the base once again, but back smack, front smack, enough to clear 3. And it looks like Slaybell should reset. Camo is up. And that's been a key point of contention as Zesty to stay alive here at the top side of pink, participating a flank, but it's the player below that he needs to worry about. Sense down to 1 HP, but clambers back up to P2. Mailman off screen, 5 perfect shots. All the while, Zesty staying alive, calling for help, and you can see it swarming the pink location.
Yep, waiting all the while, the map space going on that side while Zesty forced to hide. Camo up top mid, gonna be big here. Mailman with the flank in the enemy base, gonna find one onto Strix. Doesn't turn for that P side, still gonna be a rat in the base, gonna force people to turn around and fight for him. Nope, don't turn around. Gets the double melee there to find one. Now it's just waiting for the teammates there. Can he get a win? Gets another win onto Steezy as well. And Mailman once again being Houdini, surviving the back base.
How is he still alive? And he might just earn a triple. Player one shot, almost looked like he got a bloodshot. Bait switch comes through. Steezy, but the bait switch from across the map is stronger for Slaybells. The teamwork is starting to come together. Can they turn it into points?
Bomb Army.
How many times have we said, how is this guy still alive? Throughout any series playing, Mailman surviving, finally taken out, but it's not going to matter. The bomb is planted because of that cyanide with the camo. We are all tied up. Oh. No.
Well, fortunately, it occurred at a 1-1 tie. No, you what?
Oh, why is it back? Why?
The observer's hacking. That doesn't make sense. You know what it was? The observer was watching Mailman, and Easy Anti-Cheat assumed who he was watching was cheating, and then banned him because of it. I don't know. There's no other explanation for that. That was, I mean, oh my God. Who's streaming?
Yeah, can we pull up someone stream real quick? Because I'm sure this game is still happening.
It's still going.
In the side.
It's still going.
And we're going to miss it out. I mean, how long has it been? I haven't seen EAC in a while. And now it's plaguing the end of this grand finals here.
Yeah, this is the Grinch who came in to steal Christmas. In this case, the Clutch Academy Christmas tournament, because that was not the time to get booted. But nonetheless, I think they're still playing. We're gonna wait some.
Looks like Mailman streaming.
Okay, Mailman is streaming. Let's try to snag his POV if we can. Maybe we lay out for the comms for the rest of this game. We'll try to get you guys right back into the action.
Gonna be Shredder. Would that be possible? Pull that one up. Our great guy behind the scenes, Shredder. He's looking into it for us. It's good. Anything. We got to see the end of this game. I mean, locking in. Easy anti-cheat. Seeing something in the observer. I mean, you get walls anyway when you're observing. You can see the whole map.
Right.
Like, you don't need to download those. Looking like we're going to need one more Christmas miracle here at the Clutch Academy tournament. Trying to get us into these games here. Easy anti-cheat to go away one last time.
Trying to see if we can get Mailman stream up. Speaking behind the scenes, trying to make sure that we get you guys some audio. Let me see here if we have. I don't believe we have audio from the game, so we'll try to Try to take you guys through the rest of the way here. Mailman doing what he does best, turning 2, no double kill, but it's 2 down nonetheless. Might just be 3 collectively. Last 2 players remaining in the courtyard, and here we go. Sleigh bells are on the move, but Mailman goes down. I don't think they're going to have a chance to arm this. They're going to have to drop it and play for a couple more sleighs. They do have the bomb in the attack zone, but it looks like a player might have just left.
I think that was the observer.
That was the observer. Okay, good. We don't need him anyways. That's fine.
Get the cheater out of here.
Yeah, get that filthy rat cheater out of here.
Moving forward, trades still continuing to happen. 2 minutes remaining here. It's going to be Sleigh Bells looking, but Mailman gets taken out. Comms going through on this util side. Going to have a slow push here. Oh, wait, that ball is in the base. They are going to get that throw out. So now the reset is here for Sleigh Bells. 2 minutes now here to work with, pushing forward.
It's a big takedown off a spawn. Mailman goes down. Doesn't really get much opportunity to push up off a spawn. He'll get another one, though, here. Probably spawning collectively with his teammates. They're on the pink side of the map. Good nade out. That player escaped down to P1. I think Mailman caught it out of the periphery of his eye. He does get the assist. I think that initial player, though, clambered up to P2. Mailman does a great job, though, netting the assist via the melee. And now Sleigh Bells have the bomb once again at the 50-yard line. 1:17 on the clock. Who's going to clutch up?
Going to clutch. Ace here. Mailman needs to win. Gets the back up here. Wait, still alive once again. Going to play for Steezy, but gets shot back down to 1 shield from the P2 side. They still have pressure in this util. They still have time to get a plant. Misses the grab there, but and unable to get the trade as well. So now that pace from the side of Sleigh Bells going to be slowed down.
2 players down to 1 HP. Can they stay alive and afford Mailman enough time to scoot across the map? Bomb, though, getting reset, pushed back towards the 50-yard line on the car side. Hail Mary! The prayer gets answered, and what looked like a push from No Sense might just turn back into offense for Mailman squad.
Once again, Mailman finds a grenade that has no business landing, but lands, gets the Hail Mary. 20 seconds remaining here. One team's going to need a push, or else we'll be heading into overtime. 13 seconds left. Yeah, it's looking like we will be going overtime. There is one last push on the util side, but Mailman cleans that one up. 5 seconds remaining here.
Game 1 required overtime, and Game 6 will as well. In a back and forth affair, there's still no telling which way this series goes, as we are officially into OT. Less than 3 minutes left on the clock as Mailman lines up a flank. Has to worry about the melee here. He might trade out. No, he does not. He maintains his life, but he's no shields, half HP. And you have to imagine that the other team is calling for his location, but he still finds a way to get the double. He's opened up the map, but the bomb is at the 50, so it's going to delay what could have been a quick cap here for Mailman. He's going to have to go back to work.
Back to work as spawners push up that P2 side and take out the teammates. So going to need to win on this car 3, hitting those jumps. Got to back down to reload. Just doing so much damage for the teammates here to clean up. Can he survive? Ends up back and forth, but gets taken out. That's going to be a 3 dead.
Uh-oh.
That's a 4 dead. Off spawn, they're going to need to play defense. This is the opportunity.
This could be the reset. Where's the bomb? Where's the bomb? It's arming. It's arming. They're going to need perfect grenades geometrically off the roof. But I think somebody was able to take down. Whoa, oh my God! They get the reset. Cyanide. It's no surprise that his name is Poison, because that was the poison pill for No Sense. It could have been a reset bracket, but instead they'll have to ask what could have been.
What could have been, for sure. I mean, so close.
How did they not score?
The momentum. I mean, it was a sliver, but somebody spawned in. Cyanide spawned in on that Hill side, fighting through the bridge to keep that one alive. And now, once again, Mailman flying to the base, gets the perfect shots with the movement as well, and going to have the opportunity to be where he likes, where he thrives, in the back of the enemy's base.
Mailman jab strafing his way to a couple of PIV wins. Will he be high stepping into a game 7 for now? Sent back to the respawn screen. We'll take a look over the shoulder of his teammates as the bomb sits in No Sense courtyard. The goal here is to just stay alive. Allow Mailman the chance to come up off a spawn, reset, reposition. He's going to use that mouse and keyboard to set up and shoot across the map. Other shots from either side doing enough damage to take down the opposition. Mailman continues to work his way through. There's the long range accuracy that we're looking for from mouse and keyboard. Now sliding his way for the double, triple, dead ahead. You can see his teammate wrapping around the util. Gets the call. What a grenade there. My God, that stopped him in his tracks.
Yeah, stop that. 30 seconds remaining for either of these teams to make a push here, or else we're going to have to go to a reset. Golden goal, but there's going to be more time on the clock here. Ammo is up. Going to be that last-ditch opportunity. Mailman fighting for it. Can he get the win? Does get the win, but gets traded out from taking that nade damage. 12 seconds remaining, and the bomb is on the side of Sleigh Bells.
It's going to have to be reset. OT goes to OT number 2. We're going to have to play this one from the start. It will still be first to score, but we're going to need much more time than this to determine a winner.
Yeah, I mean, with how these have been playing, it's going to be tie. It is golden goal on the reset, so first person to score, but you get that full clock reset. So we're in for some more oddball, or not oddball, Aquarius bomb here moving forward.
Wow. My goodness. My goodness. A collective 3 overtimes in 6 games. I mean, if that doesn't tell you how close this series has been, I don't know what else will.
Yeah, hopefully, I think we're going to have people reset here so we can try and avoid the easy anti-cheat. Going through some of the old methods, go back through that. But just seeing both teams, they kept that game so scrappy. Like either times for a score were really like the one time they were getting that full team wipe in a good position. Other times it's like the last person alive is doing a good job at finding at least a trade, maybe even 2 in the case of Mailman, doing some crazy things. So looking forward, it's going to be who's going to find that opportunity to get a full team wipe and push that bomb forward.
Mm. Man, Cyanide with the reset there. That was wow. That was very impressive. I didn't see enough pressure on the fridge to force a split spawn, but that's just one of those spawns in Halo Infinite that you just kind of throw your hands up. And I'm not sure how he spawned on the util, but the fridge side of the map was entirely covered. But Cyanide sneaks through with the spawn on util, works his way, quick access back to the base, and somehow gets a reset where it looked like after all 4 went down. That was we should be playing game 1 right now of the reset. I mean, that's how dire it looked for his squad, but he clutched up.
Yeah, I mean, clutch up when you get gifted that scenario, you still need to capitalize and had a good job at not realizing get a kill to do the damage, but also just play the ball, throw it out, get a good reset. It's not all about the slays you get there with the objective efficiency. And yeah, what you're saying before, I mean, we all thought that game was done. I thought they were all spawning fridge side. It was cooked. You were saying they need to bounce the nades off perfectly, but just a little sliver of hope somehow spawned that util side for the pinch. That ended up bringing this one to overtime. So can they capitalize on that clutch save?
All right, looks like we're having everybody reset their game in hopes that the easy anti-cheat doesn't rear its ugly head again here. I can't believe we're seeing that once again, but we are. So we will wait for those players to resume their position in the lobby. I do wonder though. I mean, after we had a little bit of a delay going into the game 5, and it seemed to do a lot of good for Sleigh Bells. Like I imagine having more LAN experience under their belt, especially in the form of Mailmain. I think the longer these resets go, the better poised they would be to come out on top, because I gotta imagine Mailmain is just dropping some really good nuggets in the downtime, and that's just what comes from having that LAN experience. He's bringing it now to the Clutch Academy Christmas tournament.
For sure. That's so vital. Having a captain like that to be able to give that information to people, keep the team locked in. Definitely been benefiting them, keeping it close. And looking at the other side, no sense mean, they had momentum all the way up through the losers bracket. The last time they were tested was in that winners round 2. And so they brought the momentum, brought it to 3. Now they're being tested again. They need to close it out here if they want that bracket reset. Who's going to be that player talking in their comms, trying to calm them down like, hey, we still got time. We could take it here in this overtime, get that bracket reset, that goal, all for that restart. Both teams, I mean, going on this longer reset, going to be vital to see who comes out on top.
No telling which way it goes. I think we have a poll up in the chat. And I think we started this what feels like forever ago, but to ask you guys in the chat, do we think this bracket gets reset? And so while I don't see a poll anywhere, I'm going to just ask you guys directly. What do you guys think? How are we feeling? Do we think that the bracket gets reset? Or do we think that Sleigh Bells win 3 in a row to claim the tournament? That would be quite the tall task, but you could argue it's equally as tall of a task for No Sense to finally get this bracket reset. They've been chomping at the bit.
I mean, yeah, they've been wanting it for so much, and then feels like everything's getting in the way here now with that EAC slowing this team down. And then, the side of Sleigh Bells winning that other map to continue here onto this ball or bomb, aqua bomb. So how will they be able to bounce back on both sides looking forward? I mean, both teams, and we talk a lot about Mailmain. On the other side, there's some clutch plays happening from there. If they could find a way to do that on the opening, have clutched players, I mean, that's gonna be a difference.
Yeah, and I think this is where, especially as it gets later in the day and just more unexpected things happen throughout the day, it's going to really come down to the captains. I think it's going to come down to Sense and Mailmain to lead their teams. Not so much in terms of overkills or clutch piv wins, things like that. But again, just that little bit of insight that you can give to your teammates. What were you seeing throughout the series? What were you seeing throughout that aqua bomb that maybe we could tweak and approach as part of the opening strategy once we do get things reset? I think don't be surprised if this one ends rather quickly. As for how long it's gone for this aqua bomb, I wouldn't be surprised if it ends in the first couple of minutes.
Yeah, especially with this. And looking at, there's a common phrase saying, like, throughout sports and esports as well, kind of bouncing what you say, but going back to basics. It's not going to be all about those overkills or those crazy things. It's going to be, you got to go back to your practice, all those games, because now it's going to matter. You're in the tourney, go back to that muscle memory, and sometimes all it takes is a player like, okay, let's calm down, let's go back to our basics, like how we played the game, and that could be enough for a team.
Yeah, I definitely think strategy is going to be very important as both teams have more and more time to discuss what they can do differently. Not that anybody was not doing a great job, but there's little tweaks that you can always make. And if you've not come out with the dub, you've still got a little bit of work left to do, and that's the situation before both of these two teams. So as we wait to get everybody back into the lobby, we'll resume here momentarily. But if you guys are just tuning in, we are in the grand finals. No Sense from the lower bracket, from lower round 2, no less. It's just one game away from resetting the bracket, but Sleigh Bells have started to come alive a little bit here and want to send us to a game 7 as we are back on board here with Mailmain off the start. Has that BR in his hands for long-range viability. Oh my God, look at that. That's mouse and keyboard. It's a play you only make on mouse and keyboard. Quick flick, takes down one with the battle rifle, but doesn't continue on a Reign of Terror, gets shut down shortly after.
Yep, continue, and we're seeing that fast pace go back forward. These players want to end it now. Either get that bracket reset or taking it to best of 7. They both know there's more Halo to be played, but how much Halo is to be determined.
That's the question. As 3 fall for Sleigh Bells. Mailmain, though, able to take down 1, but he is cornered. And just like we said, don't be surprised if this one ends in the first couple of minutes. There's No Sense have the bomb arming. I do believe. No, it gets reset. Unbelievable. How many times are we going to say how?
A lot. And it's just, that's the beauty of these clutch tournaments, the draft tournaments, is sometimes, Christmas miracles like that happen. Sometimes we're left shocked at how these things are happening. Bomb is being armed, but that's going to be quickly shut down by Sleigh Bells to push that one forward.
4 dead. And that's going to afford at least 20 to 30 yards of free map space to control. Interesting to note that they don't go across and into P. They try to wrap it into courtyard, maybe time the spawns a little later than they anticipated. As No Sense are able to get back on the sticks, put some defensive shots into Sleigh Bells, not allowing them to advance on the map any further. Bomb is already back into Sleigh Bells util, so it really goes to show No Sense. You don't have to give them much for them to take a lot.
Yep, now pushing forward, Sleigh Bells go 3 down. No Sense need to capitalize, but perfect shots from Cyanide. Gonna slow down this push, waiting for spawners here. Astro gets taken out, so they're keeping this one scrappy. Ball moving forward through the shroom side. Gonna get to the back of base, turns around and gets the melee, but the back smack from Zesty slows that one down. The ball is so close, but once again, Sleigh Bell's defense stops it.
Well, that's one, after what looked like was going to be a 1-minute finisher, is going to go the distance potentially once again. Pressure, though, still strong in the form of No Sense. After they lose 3 members collectively, Cyanide will take the bomb right back in his hands. Now working towards the car side. I like this in the sense that the P side push didn't look too good from Sleigh Bells last time. Let's see how the car push looks instead.
Yep. Cyanide pushing forward here with that, getting it into the enemy base while the teammates fall around. So No Sense gonna have to turn around to grab this ball and make that push happen. Zesty tries to get a win, but gets taken out on that side. Ball now once moving forward through this util side. No Sense have it, but Astro finds one, doesn't get the melee on the second. Trades are through. It is now 2v2. So the scrappiness continues. The melees happen, trades are through. Either team able to get that full push for his score.
Cyanide now. There's a player right behind him. He does still earn the trade, but I think he'll take that. Bricks now. Advancing towards the enemy utility. Has sense, has teammate support in the form of the bomb carrier. And KLR with the double kill just opened up the map, but he did go down shortly after. That's a huge slay there for Sleigh Bells, because it looks like KLR is about to bust the map wide open, but instead he falls. You can see that back wall positioning here for Sleigh Bells. They're set up defensively, back against the wall, but no longer, as they get enough slays to clear out. Trying to get the bomb through the middle of the map, but Zesty will be taken down. Cyanide, the last Spartan standing, and he has to stop it from going through. He does. Oh my God, pixel perfect. Just as that player had eclipsed the geometry to potentially find cover, he did not.
Yeah, that one got a little sketchy. You could feel the nerves there in that shot. That shot made all the difference for Sleigh Bells in making this defensive stop. Now they're going to have the opportunity for the offenses. 3 go down for No Sense. Cyanide here on P2 side waiting for the spawners, but KLR somehow snuck through util, being last alive, being sneaky, making these players of Sleigh Bells turn around to take them out. So that push slowed down once again.
No Sense have looked like the better team in OT number 2, but sudden death, all it takes is 1. But fortunately, Sleigh Bells do go down, 3 down. Cyanide, though, is able to grab the camo, and if he could just work his way back to his teammates, reset with the camo, gather some intel, allow his teammates to get some shots on some unsuspecting opponents, this could be the catalyst that opens up the score.
KLR on the other side finding Slay. Strix gets the second for Sleigh Bells, but Camo sneaking through. Do they read this? Astro there to back it up. The sneak play is there. Can they shoot Camo from across map? The bomb is planning. No one's there. No! No, they stopped it. No shot again.
What? Oh my God. I have never seen, in thousands of matches that I've witnessed, I've never seen the bomb seemingly occupy 100% of the time and not go through, and that might be a backbreaker for Sleigh Bells. I imagine in the comms, they're not even talking about where the other team is and what they're trying to do. They're probably asking each other, how the hell did we not just score?
I was ready to call it a win for Sleigh Bells. It looked good to me. And then I thought it was, doing that thing where you're over, you can shoot a little bit. No, they had enough time.
What?
Let to go back, slow it down, and see like how many milliseconds they had. That feels like the Counter-Strike bomb defuse right there.
Yeah, I
Literally
need
in the milliseconds.
I need the screen grab. I need the pixel to see exactly where that bomb did not score. I swear I saw the bar entirely filled up, but I guess it was not. Now less than 6 minutes to go in OT number 2. This is starting to feel like a playoff hockey match.
Once again, I mean, we only have 5 minutes left of this double overtime. We're in the second here. That's the huge win. Hits the melee as well, but the bomb is sneaky through. Mailman needs to win. Kalar takes it down. The bomb is in the base. Do they have one last Christmas miracle on the side? It might be Cyanide getting the shots. No. He does stop it. They got another reset.
What? Oh my God. Don't count your chickens before they hatch, because you might just end up with egg on your face. Unbelievable. Back-to-back instances where both teams matched 95+% on the score, but it doesn't go through. Cyanide, though, does earn another camo. They're trying to seek it out. 3 go down. This could be the opening. 4 go down, and they got to get on their high horse. And now we're going to see a mirror moment where the other team spawns at util or a fridge, and you've got to get some perfect nades in. Back of the map spawn here.
Yeah.
Oh, ninja potential on Camel. That would have been absolutely insane. Kalar stayed alive long enough, though, to allow his teammates, the cavalry, to come through, and they're coming.
He saved it again. The back base spawn was enough to slow it down. And we see another clutch stop here. I mean, at this point, it's going to be who's got the ice like in the veins, who's going to push through all these insane instances from Halo. I mean, let alone seeing one of these. We've seen multiple, and it's
like
continued happening. Nice.
This is why my high school football coach always taught us to run 10 yards past the finish line, because it's never over till it's over. Unreal level of competition, and what do you know? Another bomb seemingly about to score gets reset back to the courtyard. Unreal.
I mean, at this point, they're just taking turns wheeling the ball in and see who can hit the clutch play. Astro, good BR, gets traded out by Strix. No sense, gonna have an opportunity. Zesty last alive, gonna need to win one on Shrooms, gets taken out with the reversal. But Mailman off spawn slows that ball down. Gonna be another clutch instance for them. Gonna have to slow this backside. Waiting for that. Strix finds one. Needs to fight Mailman, though. The trade is there. Kalar gets it. 2 go down. The trade needs to happen on to Kalar. It continues to be scrappy. No sense. Can't find the footing in this base.
It feels like when the other team is about to score, like a 5th player spawns in. Like all throughout Halo Infinite 4 years, there's always that troll account that finds their way into the lobby. Like, are they finding their way into the lobby? We just don't see them, because it really feels like it's 5v4 whenever the other team has the bomb in the base and they're about to score. I mean, I just cannot make sense of how we have not seen a score throughout the last 12-15 minutes of game time. This is just absolutely filthy.
Joe got a double kill there, but it was for nothing because no sense. He's still pushing pace. Needs to get a trade. The trade does happen on that. Kalar pushing pace onto the headshot. Gets one shot as well. Bomb moving to the back base. Playbell's going to need a miracle one more time. Is it possible? Somebody does play it, but they can't. Kalar, but they spawn util and stop it.
What?
No way.
I am losing my mind. I am choking up at what we're like. I'm telling you, 4 years of Halo Infinite. This is the first of its kind. I've never seen a game like this. I can't even explain it. I don't have the words, but I'm supposed to.
Even the caster's speechless at this point. I mean, Melee's going through there. Playbell's once again in a bad situation, finds the trade, but the spawners are there. At this point, it feels like somebody changed the spawn clock. The spawners are always there to make the play. Good nade from Zesty to close that one. Strick's going to be last, trying to make a sneaky play here. Then gets a pick on that other side. It is now 2v2, and the Strick sneak is working. 1 minute remaining, though. Going to have to put a little bit of pace. Waited for the teammates to push this util side. Do they know to check? They do turn around. They realize bomb is missing, so they turn around for this. Wave on this side. Gets taken out. Good plays out of Slay. Once again, making another stop from the sneaky side. Taylor, last alive, gets traded out there. No sense has won. It is a 1v1 at this point. Spawners here. Breathing that ball to the base, though.
That may not look like an insane clutch, but that was insane by Zesty. That was very, very close to being another arm for no sense. And at this point, dude, I can't make any sense of what we're witnessing. This is insane. We're about to play a third assault.
11 seconds. Yeah, bomb is in the spot, so no one's trying to make a sneaky play here. Astro misses the melee, gets taken out. Not going to matter, though. 3 seconds on the clock here. Oh, wait, it's overtime, though. Yeah, I forgot. I felt like it was already that. We still have a chance. They still need to move that bomb. Mailman gets the trade, but the defense is set up in the back base. They throw that bomb out. Taylor trying to make the play. Kills are there. Astro is alive. This might be the last chance, but no one grabbed the bomb. Let time for spawners. Astro in the back of base gets a melee. Now Mailman slide. Bomb is planted, though. It's Camo. It's Camo. They planted. They planted with the Camo.
Oh my God, bro. The one time you don't expect them to arm it, they do.
What is this? What was that game? I thought they wouldn't, but then I realized they had camo, so no one could shoot them. No aim assist there. No one was hitting.
I'm at a loss for words. That was insane. What is it, like a collective? Like usually it's oddball. It's the longest game mode. This surpassed an oddball. Game 3 or round 3, best of 3, with each team winning or losing each round 99 to 100. I mean, that's how much game time we just saw out of this Assault Aquarius, and No Sense have finally done the improbable. They have reset the bracket.
Oh boy, that's funny right there. We get the longest game of bomb I've ever seen, and now that means we get 7 more matches of Halo, or maybe if it goes best 7, we're at least getting 4 more, minimum of 4 more Halo. So don't go anywhere. We're going to head to a quick break because I need to fill my water. I need to lock back in for this next bracket reset, but don't go anywhere. Get these players a break, and we'll be back with this bracket reset best of 7.
Hi, my name's Christine. Welcome to Methodist Children's Hospital Emergency Department. I'd like to show you one of our new sensory-friendly exam rooms. In this room, we've created a sensory-friendly environment for our children to come into that have sensory needs. So the ER definitely does not have to be a scary place. There's a lot of sights, there's a lot of sounds, there's a lot of smells. But with the right accommodations, the right tools, and the right education from our staff here in the ER, we don't have to make it scary.
Our main goal is to educate on procedures, teach coping skills to kind of get through your hospitalization. What can we do to empower these kids to make sure that, you know, these hard things are happening as smoothly as possible and they're not traumatized every time they come back to us. So when you arrive to the ER, there's going to be signage everywhere that says we are a sensory-friendly ER. You'll tell the triage nurse that your child has sensory needs, and they will give you a packet that then you fill out to let us know what those needs are and how we can best modify the room to make those needs met. So what we love about this room is we've been able to make a few modifications to it. We've painted it a calming blue, we've added a light dimmer. We have these carts that have been stocked with different sensory tools, so that way we can kind of modify the room to what the child needs and not to what the standard room looks like.
Here in the Children's Emergency Department, We created this environment to make sure that not only just the child, but the parent have the best possible experience and also receive the best care. That's what we do here at Methodist Children's Hospital.
Go under and try to go for this. Yeah, watch for they got OS, So OS is gonna be our main room. Our side breach and our main room is sniper.
They're training. They're training weak.
Another one training. They're training.
One more they're training.
Fuck.
Bridge, going out training. Weak.
Almost
Open, unopen, sniper. I'm dead. Thank you.
Thank you.
Catwalk. Yep, dead. A cross, one more. One shot A. And then bottom A. Bottom A, one shot, bottom A, one shot, bog. Laga. Behind you, bog. Dead. I grab it up. Four dead. Yeah, right. Still dead.
Hello, everybody. This is Miss Lacar here. I am happy to announce I will be doing a partnership coaching as the head coach with the Clutch Academy. I hope you all are having a wonderful time during the tournament. I am going to bring you guys a little breakdown here of how to run the flag correctly, or at least a good setup on Imperium here, or as some of you may know it, the pit. This is with a 4-man team. Obviously, you need some good synergy and teamwork to pull this off, but this is going to be a good general idea for setups that you want to have. This is going to be specifically to pull the flag through the green hallway or the long hallway here, but we're going to be focusing mainly on the green hallway here. And you'll notice on the blue side here, the flag pull that we're going to be going for, I've labeled the majority of the spawns here, at least the major ones that you need to be concerned with. You're going to have their S1/courtyard spawn up here, labeled as number 1, their flag spawn labeled number 2, and their mauler spawn labeled number 3. So really, these red lines are going to be indicating where we're going to be pushing from, basically off of the start. Now, you don't need the power weapons to make this work. Of course, it makes it easier. And I'm going to basically be going over why in detail you need to be holding these positions, what they do, how you're blocking and influencing certain spawns. And then I'm going to jump into the game after and show you exactly how to do it. So starting off here, we're going to have one of your players break off from the main spawn. Obviously, if it's the beginning of the game, you're going to grab your snipe. If not, you're going to make your way straight through sword. This player's job is very important, okay? So not only are they coming to this sword side here, but their job is to watch for the spawners that are inevitably going to spawn here S1 courtyard. The other 3 players, you'll have maybe 1 or 2 push through the green hall here, of course playing for rockets if it's up. Last person pushing through long hall here, grabbing assault rifles, stickies, whatever else you need. Once you have players in these positions here, you can start to think about a flag pull. Now, of course, best case scenario, you're going to be able to kill all 4 players. hopefully within a good amount of time next to each other so they're not all staggered off of their spawn. Let's say you get into this good position here. You get all 4 players dead on the other team, so things are looking great for you. When you have players relatively in this position, you're going to want one person in their side sword, either hugging this wall or somewhere around this area. Either way, you need one of these walls, and I'll explain why in just a minute. You're going to have 2 players in close to their green box here, and 1 or 2 players also pushing through the long. And so the idea is that you're going to have 2 players here push together through this smaller side, through the needle side, into their first and go for the flagpole. So generally what we're going to do is we're going to keep this number 6 player here watching for spawners.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the bracket reset here for the Clutch Academy Grand Finals. No sense, they did it. Got it back here in the longest, Aquarius bomb game I've ever saw. Able to clutch up at the very last moment, but now we're able to reset here. Slaybell's getting a good set of slays here on Lattice. First time seeing Lattice here for me casting in Clutch, or just today, but early time going for Slaybells here. Cyanide with the BR trying to clean up. Damage is there for Mailman. Early fights look to go towards Slaybells.
Early on in hearing this one, but No Sense have just lost the numbers advantage. A flawless 4 up for Slaybells. After 3 fell for No Sense, both teams have put a good bit of time on the board, but Mailman looking to secure the first score of the game of this bracket reset grand final series. And he's going to do just that. Look at that. Sliding that reticle across to the left. Body shot, headshot, cleanup. And it's already 1-0 Slaybells.
Doing good here. Want to bounce back in this series. Because there's still a viable contender here. There's a reason they made it through the winner's bracket. They'll have time to prove that. Mailman hasn't died. The whole team hasn't died yet. Finally, someone finds the first kill. I jinxed it. Caster curse, as you were saying. But the whole team, that first kill didn't die. So definitely part of that one. Mailman up 8-1. Cyanide needs a big win there. Is traded out, finds that, and now No Sense with time.
Mailman is the marathon man at this point. 8-3-1, showing no signs of fatigue and wear and tear on that absolute punk body. As he is 35 years old, looking 15 again, playing this well this late in the night.
I'm sure feeling it too. Reminded of the glory days late at night playing some Halo with the boys. But now this one matters here as it's grand finals. Get a chance at that prize pool, that first place. Big wins from Astro going 5. Going to clean up another one. The Slaybell's in position here to continue this time on the hill. Drix gets back down by Astro. Holding this tower side. Waiting for the flank. Sniper up in 20 seconds.
Flip has gotten switched on the side of Slaybells. They're just the aggressiveness that we've seen all series from No Sense is all in favor of Cyanide. Look at this. Full-on confidence taking on that second gunfight to earn themselves the double. Might just turn into 2 on the scoreboard as well.
Yep, Sense here on the flank. Going to be the last effort here. Has a little bit of time to work with, waiting for the teammates, but gets pushed back. Time still going for Slaybells onto this second hill. Waiting for that opportunity. Time is there. They're still scoring. Can Sense get a win? No. Astro takes that one. The last sliver going to Slaybells, and they get a quick 2-0.
2-0 lead, and this is looking like a much different squad as Slaybells have really come out on top here in the reset, as No Sense do get control of the hill after the reset. Great nade toss there. Checkmate. Astro, with the help of his teammates, takes down all 4, and they are set up ready as the other team will spawn all the way on the other side of the map at red. For now, the hill lit up in red. Slaybells 4 more.
Yep, slaying it all the way here is Slaybells, being dominant, especially Mailman at that 15. Astro 8-1 though, so definitely on that spree here. And they're comfortably capturing this third hill. Cyanide has 1 sniper bullet to work with, finds 1, Ace is pushing from No Sense. They're aping. They have the flank. The trades are going through. The battle happens. They land that melee. So No Sense. A little bit of life here on this third hill. Now starting to score.
Yeah, still plenty of time left in regulation, but you certainly don't want to be staring at a 3-0 deficit as Mailman 16-8-4. I mean, what an impressive performance from the captain. Once again, most slays, most assists, least death.
And now we're looking. Hey, Sleigh Bells breaking back through the setup. No Sense had a little bit of time here, but just as quick, able to break that one through. Steezy hiding around that crystal, ends up getting meleeed out. Sense is there for the trade. Astro on the long side, so they might be able to get this hill. Sleigh Bell's going to have one last push here. They find that opening pick. Honors up. Astro still in a good spot here, waiting for that hill.
This would be huge. 3-0 would be all but over, but 2-1, you got yourselves game once again, and the early rotation should be easy to secure for No Sense as they take down all 4 for Sleigh Bells, and they were just seconds ago staring at a 3-0 deficit. Now they're looking at tying it up.
Yep, tying it up here on one of the harder hills for No Sense to tie this one up. Lots of areas to shoot at this spot, but they're still getting that time. They're about to pass that halfway mark. Sleigh Bells opting to push through this blue side, clearing the corners. Find Kalar here. The team shots are in. Cyanide finds that opening pick, getting the spawns for this blue side. All the while, though, No Sense getting so much time on this hill, and then Sense close that one down. Great go through. This is going to be a big win. Gets taken out as Cyanide. They might just tie this one up.
My God, what a reversal of fortune here. 2-0 lead for Sleigh Bells and 2 uncontested, unanswered, and really capital, all caps, uncontested, because as good as Sleigh Bells looked to open up the game, dude, No Sense has looked even better, and now they have a sniper to their name. Hill spawning across the map, though. It's going to give them a little bit more distance between them and some more time.
Impressive work from No Sense to stay composed and come back in this one, bringing it to 2-2. Now have the snipe. That shot doesn't land, and there's going to be a flank, but turns around and gets Astro. Teammates are there. Sniper doesn't survive. Is going to fall down on that river. Will anyone be able to grab it? One in that position. Cyanide with the QT. Gets teammated out. One shot here on this hill. That teammate was the damage. Done. Strict. Lands that. Now No Sense in a setup.
2-2 tie. Narrow edge on hill number 5 for No Sense, but that narrow edge is growing second by second. They've about tripled up on hill number 5. Strix maintains his positioning inside of the hill. Cross map shots, more hill control. Anticipating a flank from the back, that's why he sets his attention to the right. His teammate was looking that way as well. Pretty confident about that flank, and it looks like Mailman is setting up for it. They've already taken down 2. It's an even 2v2. And the trade doesn't go through, though, so that was absolutely massive. You needed that +1 net outcome. But it's a +1 net outcome for No Sense on the screen. All that action, all those gunfights occurring throughout the map. And it's No Sense just occupying time and space in the hill. 3 unanswered.
3 unanswered. It was looking grim. We were almost looking towards that next map if Sleigh Bells was able to capitalize that third. But No Sense digging deep here, bringing it back. And now they're in the driver's seat at 3-2. Set up on this ice hill, though, proves to be a little bit difficult. They have that smoke here to make things easier for Sleigh Bells, but that's the one thing with Gladys. This spot is so nade heavy. You're going to be dodging nades back and forth, and it's going to be hard to get time. But Sleigh Bells doing a good job getting over that 50% mark, trying to tie this one up.
Huge win there for Zesky. Doesn't have a lot of slays in this one, but he's got the impact one. Getting another one behind him. One for the melee. Will that get cleaned up? No, Astro does not drop into the ice tunnel to clean it up because he's got a foe dead ahead. That's his first priority. No Sense finally getting into the hill. They go 3 down, and this is setting up well for a 3-3 tie. And what more would you expect than about the most white knuckle Halo that we've seen in 4 years?
It just continues. It's every map. They're finding a way. And there's parts where I mean, Sleigh Bells looking dominant at the beginning. Now No Sense looking dominant in the later half of the Three Hills. Like, no matter what, these teams are finding a way to come back in these matches. Now No Sense, clean 4 dead. Mailmain going to be up off spawn here. Waiting to get that hill, but No Sense in position. Next hill will decide the winner of this map.
Mailmain again playing as the best player in the lobby. 28 plays. Nobody else is within 11 of that. So unbelievable performance here from Mailmain, but will it be enough? No Sense already reaching the 50% threshold on this crucial hill number 7, and the time continues to accrue.
Moving forward, Easy gonna need a win. Gets a trade there. Now it is 2v2. No Sense in this spot on the hill. Stops the pusher there. Can he find the second? Uses the thrust to survive, but gonna have to dodge a nade. Backs forward. Knight also backs up, waiting, but No Sense on the flank, able to clean up that damage. They're in prime position to score. Kalar with the sniper here, but just gonna stay in the hill. That will be No Sense taking map 1.
Unbelievable. Sleigh Bells came out absolutely on fire, easily scoring the first 2. And then ever since then, we saw one more from Sleigh Bells, but it was really all No Sense ever since then. And my God, just their resolve, their ability to handle adversity, and I mean, they get punched in the mouth and they punch back just with a little bit more force, right? Like, they're not the guy to start the fight, but they've been finishing it more often than not.
I mean, Mailmain, we say it a lot, but continuing to push through this. 8k damage on that one. Everyone else is around that 5k mark, 6k on the higher end. Once again, just being that max damage output for the team. So continuing that, but it wasn't quite enough here. Is No Sense pushes forward into that one, taking map 1. But can Sleigh Bells dig deep? Can they continue losing these overtimes and bouncing back into another one? Getting close. These last hills going to be a Slayer. I mean, eventually, you can only do it so much, and they need to do it here in this Slayer to regain momentum in this bracket reset.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And if seeing isn't believing, I don't know what is, because No Sense, the underdog, the scrappy underdog in this fight, have maybe made a case for being the top dog in this tournament. And they certainly are right now, up 1-0 in a grand finals reset after resetting the bracket in an absolute slobber knocker of a best of 7 series. They're not tired yet.
But at this point, I mean, you gotta give props to No Sense. From winners round 2, they're here in the bracket reset. They by far played the most Halo out of any team in this tournament so far. And it's not done yet. Will it go to map 7, or will they close out on this one, bringing it 4? We'll see how the teams are feeling going into Recharge Slayer.
Yeah, going to be very interesting to see. Now, last time we saw No Sense on Recharge, it was that King of the Hill that they took, but it came down to the final hill, much like this previous game right here. So it's going to be close, way too close to call. But if I had to give a narrow edge, I'd probably give it to No Sense, especially with the fact that they just won that game 1. They're riding high.
Yep, going to be close. This early camo going to be important. Astro in the setup here, making plays. Kalar ends up getting the perfect shots from across map. Gets the second one, almost finds that on camo. Camo still at the bottom mid side. Kalar surviving from those shots in the back base. The camo gets popped, but Steezy puts an end to it very quickly.
Easy goes down just about as quickly as they took down the camo. Now Sense the top side of the tower. Nade goes out towards the ward for now anticipating a push from the catwalk, and it comes through. Bricks now backside of C has 2 players back. Needs to hit some clean shots though to take advantage of it and earn the double, and he does just that. Now has some help. Thought maybe he was going to bounce past a grenade. Instead, it's the shroud screen. Sends his player out on the front lines. You can see Cyanide there just trying to run back to cover, run back to help. And if he pulls in the 2 from the tower, It would be a +1 net number advantage in this fight. So Sleigh Bells do have the upper hand. I expect them to turn this into a more sleighs in their favor. But I'm starting to see some players fall. A nice flank through the whirlpool. And ultimately, it results in just about a trade. Still really close here, 10 to 11.
Yep, 10 to 11. Trying to get this map position is Cyanide fighting through gold. Ends up surviving on that grapple side. Other three players pushing through this white, trying to get into A. Alar finds a trade with Cyanide on the other side. So 12 to 12. Continuing to keep things close here. And that's just what we expect from these teams. It's going to be who wants to show the ice once again in these close matches. Elmaine finds two here. Hitting those nades. Steezy on the bottom side. Can that sticky do damage? No. Zesty with the big win onto Steezy as well, and they take that lead up 1.
Alar, nice cleanup shot there. Takes down Cyanide. Knows that there's more. Waiting inside of A. Drops down. Low HP. Mailmain. Anticipating the flank coming from the back of the elevator, but he gets the back of his opponent instead. Should turn 2 here on a Steezy. Headshot, boom, yes. 2 go down. He earns himself the spree. Playbell's up by 2, and what do you know? Another absolute Herculean MVP-like performance from Mailman. He's got 11 kills, just 3 deaths, and another camo to his name. This is where they might run away with game 2. Keep an eye on if no sense keep it close here, because it's going to be very difficult to do so.
Trades are happening here. It's down by 2. Mailmain with the camo forced to back up, waiting for teammates on the spawn. Good damage going into the sneaky side. Now going to rotate, trying to find the opening here with that camo to get behind enemy lines, being that UAV. Rotates coming in from no sense through that gold side. Astro finds the opening pick, and now Camo gets the surprise there. He's going to get the second with the sticky grenade, bounce back, and continues on that Hercules effort, 14 and 3.
23-19, led by the Mailman. Got 14 to his name. Getting on that lead, now up by 6. Still at 6, 27-21. A couple of slays occur in the feed, but the lead does not change. As Bricks, nice nade shot there, takes down Astro, has support in the long haul. They'll look to push up.
So bounce back, Sleigh Bells so far. They pass that halfway mark at 27 in the lead, up by 5. We got EAC'd again. We love it. Is back, guys. Despite what EAC once again plagues Halo. Kicking out our observer here. Now, moving back to a male mainstream. We can get that one pulled up. Oh, right on time. Look how quick that was. Mailman
Raiders
back
on the
up
ready
here.
at that point.
I mean, yeah, he's seen EAC not going to trick him again. Good job on Shredder with the observer.
Hey, shout out to Fulcrum. It looks like we just had another $10 gifted towards our total. $715 in cash total raised as the intensity heats up in the game. And despite how late it is in the night, you guys are still coming through. Oh my God, what a setup here for Mailman. Easy back smack there. Helps turn 2, 31-27. This game is still close. To 4-kill lead. Mailman works his way towards the back of C. 1v1 gunfight. And what do you know? He wins another one.
Another one, Kalard there for the trade, bringing the lead down to 3. Going to be a big win on this blue pipe side. Does the teammate take it? No, now it's down to 2. Mailman with the cross map. Perfect. Good shots from the M&K. So now 2 kills is going to be our difference. Camo up at bottom mid.
35-32, now 33 after Mailman goes down. And you have to sense that no sense. When they take Mailman down, it's like they recognize, all right, guys, the demon is off the map. Like the grunts when they celebrate, when you die in the campaign, and they start to flail their arms up in the air and just run around aimlessly and hold forward. That's kind of what no sense does when they take down Mailman.
Definitely, and it's been working because that lead Sleigh Bells has been brought down. It was tied, but now going to 2. The trades are there. It is a 1 kill difference going down to the wires. We're about to pass that 40 kill mark.
39-37. This one's still close. Mailman spawns within C. Has teammates to his left and his right. He wants to work his way towards AM, looking to see if anybody else is with him. He does have a teammate all the way across the map on gold, so their crosses are covered, and now is the time to push.
Yep, going to survive gets taken out. It is now a tie. Can they take out this person in glass? The nades are bouncing there. Braids are going through. It is 42-42. Both sides bring this down to a wire. Are we going to see a 49-49 this rate? Either team still trading out, waiting for their opportunity to pounce. Elmain on this gold side, waiting for his teammates. Finds one out in the open on bats, but the crossfire is there, pushing back Mailman. The first kill goes towards the side and no sense to get a win.
God.
But a huge one from Mailman to keep it close. It is now 45-45.
Oh, No Sense should be up by 1. That is unreal that Mailman was able to secure the Slay, and that one shot might just be the difference. As Sleigh Bells up by 1, 46-45. Trying to clamp down on the C spawns. As No Sense start to trickle out towards the long haul. They're making their way into gold. They take down the opponent that was occupying that space, and now Mailman has help in the tower. But they're a little split here, and it's a little fuzzy on my screen, but I think it's 48 all.
46, I believe. We
46
still got
all, that
4
looks like it,
kills each. Moving back. Just getting there. The first one goes towards the side of Sleigh Bells. They find a second one untraded. They now have the lead by 2. Camo up here. They get 3. There's going to be one more. One shot gold step. They definitely get this on the pinch. They find that. So now it is tied 1-1 in the series. We're moving forward. See a little bit of relief on the face of Mailman there. Hitting that win, pushing forward. They're both teams digging deep.
Yeah, that was like that deep breath that it looked like from Mailman, as his team is able to come out on top, tie the series up at 1. And he's doing the right thing. He's inviting the observer back into the lobby. I am not sure how our observer is the one getting the EAC issues, but he is.
That's Halo. You never know.
Yeah. Surprises around every corner.
It just makes sense. And that's just been this tourney, too. I mean, seeing the longest Halo game I ever watched, that was a surprise. We've been seeing, and just how that one went so long, surprised. This one being a bracket reset from a team that got knocked down into round 2. Another surprise there. I mean, it's just been full of surprises and unknown. And Halo wanted to take a turn, bring it back the easy anti-cheat bug.
Yeah. I think this is already the deepest I've seen a team go, despite falling so early in the tournament. Like, winner round 2 to a grand final reset is insane. And if they win the tournament, there's no doubt that it's the greatest tournament, the greatest lower bracket tournament run in Clutch Academy history. Because, I mean, a lot of times you'll see, winner quarter, winner semifinal, that team works his way back from the lower final into the grand final. But again, folks, this team lost in the second round. They won their first round, a best of 3, and then lost in round number 2, and have not lost since then, resetting the bracket previously. And so many moments where their lives were on the line. It looked like the games were over. And in every single one of those games, they've come out on top.
Now here on a forbidden capture the flag. Sorry for the technical difficulties to those at home. We were unable to get our observer in. And these players already been up late. So at this point, we'll keep going with what is working here. Get these players in bed. So we're once again on Mailman on this forbidden flag. Going to hit a little flank route here through the backside. Going to be in the enemy base. Going to be in a great spot as teammates are getting the slay. It's going to be an opportunity here to pull the flag. Turns around to fight the spawners in this hut side. Uses the flag more as a distraction. It looks like no one here on the hut to be found. Might have been able to get that brood there. Now slowing things down. Do No Sense have another defensive stop.
Earn the first round of slays to get that flag out, but they're going to need another round of slays to advance it, and they're doing just that. 2 go down. Third on the map down to 1 HP. Now on the overshield. Other player pushing up the flag ramp. The initial player top mid goes down, and this is looking like a score here for Sleigh Bells as they're looking to regain control of the series lead for now tied 1-1 as that flag will in fact go in.
Main. Oh, falls off the map. Didn't get the mantle there. A little bit of frustration. That's the thing with Forbidden. Sometimes lots of different spots to fall off the map. That's what makes it so fun. I'm a big Forbidden fan. Not everyone's favorite map, but I enjoy it. So we're here on the flag. Main continuing push forward here, doing damage, trying to get out of this side of the base, pushing into this hut side. Backing up teammates on the street. Do going to be on that street side. Good win with the perfect shots going through.
9:40 left in the match as No Sense have their first pull of game number 3, and they're doing a great job advancing it already to the 50-yard line and then some. And Mailman's relinquished to defect and just run towards the run back towards his side of the map. But before he can even get back on the No Sense side of the map, they've already scored, tied things up. Series tied 1-1. Game 3 tied 1-1. What else would you expect? But a counter cap ensues.
Yeah, they got the sleighs off that, so they did get a capture, but didn't have the position to stop this. Now they pull this towards the main ramp side, and Main is going to escape. Now looking for the overextension. Good read out of Main, but gets caught out by the second. So now this flag out in the open. Nades are going through. Good land from the teammates there. Now gonna have to wait on this side. They do get that scap going up 2-1 is Sleigh Bells.
Oh, Mailman, don't scare me. Don't going in the menu like that. As his team ultimately able to put in that second score of the game, regaining control of a 1-point lead. I think important to note, though, we saw the counter cap there for Sleigh Bells. They did not afford an opportunity for No Sense to counter, and now the snipes are up.
Snipes are up 2-1. Mailman going to grab that sniper rifle. Now going towards the back base, help teammates here. Base is cleared out. Now pushing forward. Gets a good shot. Clean up on that damage. Looking for the next extension with that. Waiting for the flagpole. It's going to be a good spot here for Sleigh Bells.
Could double up on his advantage with the snipe and the overshield fully procced. As he does that, has to look back towards his base. Has No Sense. Line up a pull. Mailman doing a good job to deal out damage as opponents weak on each side of the map. Now facing a 1v1 duel in the middle. He landed the no-scope, but wasn't able to clean up with the bandit headshot. An important slay for No Sense as they take the MVP down.
Yep, important indeed, especially if they need the momentum. That flag is taken here for No Sense. They're bringing it towards that main ramp side. O'Malley with that M&K does good damage towards the flag carrier. Going to get perfect shots as well on top mid. Can he get another one? Doesn't get the melee trade there. Still one shot. Flag in the open here for No Sense. They're trying to get the Rhea Sleigh Bells, but someone sneaks in and grabs it.
Continuing on with that flag, still sitting out actually, top middle of the map as Mailman goes down near the pistol. Ooh, nice melee there. I thought that could have been a trade scenario. I think Mailman, based on his body language, expected the trade as well to come through. Flag is still out and now in 2-2 tie, back and forth like every game, every moment in this series.
Yep, once again, we're in a golden capture scenario. Last one to cap the flag will win this one. Mailman, another good nade onto the hut side. Waiting for teammates to find that sleigh. Gonna have to clear his own hut first for this side. That nade pushes him forward, but catches the other player off guard. Ends up trading that one out, but that'll be good with that. But now, tie 2-2. Mailman down, waiting for that spawn. Players need to push this top mid. They do. Teammates get that. Astra finds that one. Snipers up. Who will be hitting their shots next?
Pacing at about 1 score per minute. This one has been fast and frenetic. Mailman with the sniper back in his hands once again. And the snipe comes through. Easy. Back of the headshot. Collects one more. Dog tag to his name. Body shot cleanup. Could switch to the bandit, but he's going for more snipe action. Goes down to the fish from the player approaching from below. And it looks like everybody's having a tough time with it on Slaybell's side. This is going to open up the opportunity for another player to join the lobby. We'll boot him out. There we go. As another flag is on the run.
Yep, another flag on the run, and that's the one of Slaybell's. Melmain surviving here. Teammates on the other side able to stop that one. Continuing to move forward, push for that, waiting for this re. Getting in good defense here, able to stop this flag run and finds a gift of 3 sniper bullets as well.
Less than 5 minutes to go. Melman has the snipe once again. What a smooth shot. You can hardly see that player. Look like they were about to escape into the foliage, but they do not. They head back to the respawn screen instead. Off screen, though, 2 players going down on the side of Mailman, anticipating the push coming through, whereas previous teammates went down. It's not coming. It's coming and instead right in his face. And oh my God, he landed the shoulder shot. If that connected for the headshot, I might have woken up the neighbors.
Yep, waking everyone out here. Falls off the map, gets tabbed. And things continuing to push forward here. I mean, that other snipe, though, from Mailmain, that might have been the quickest quick scope I saw. Barely had time to scope, hits the shoulder. You're saying we would have been waking people up. Overshield up here on top mid. Ends up getting a nade, but does the damage with the bandit. Gets the first kill, and Overshield pops up. This should be going towards the way of Mailmain. He does grab that. Going to be able to get a melee on the second there. Overshield is burnt, but the trade is through.
This is where I think you're going to have fatigue become more and more of a factor. I don't think Mailman falls off the map this often if he's a little bit crispier. But you gotta cut off some slack. It has been 12 great hours now as we approach 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And he's been on the sticks, grinding at the highest potential capacity, and I think it's starting to wear a little bit on players on each side of the lobby. So keep an eye on those mental mistakes. They're gonna probably start popping up a little bit more often as we get deeper into the night.
Yep, deep into the night for sure. Good flick there with the mouse and keyboard. Cleans out the player on pool. Now going to have to fight this carbine, but gets the blank melee. Teammate there to clean up on the damage. Now pushing forward for this map space here. 3 minutes to work with, but Sniper on the other side of No Sense slows down this push. Gets a one shot. Mailmain going to need to get a win here. Ends up dropping. Finds another one with the quick flick onto the hut side. Now pulling this flag towards the main ramp. Teammate with Sniper there to back it up. And No Sense get a stop here, or will Slaybells be taking map 2?
2:30 left on the clock. That Sniper sits on the flag run. Mailmain spawning up, looking out across the map. Just has a little bit left to go to glory in a 2-1 series lead.
On the street, Mailman going to need to win this fight in the hut. Clear the base does, and going to be gifted a Sniper. 3 bullets once again to work with. Now pushing forward, Overshield up as well. Finds a player but misses the shot. Overshield though still gets dropped. That's going to be Mailman who's going to grab that. One more bullet of Sniper to work with here, and full-blown Overshield, but using this to clear the base. You can clear this player out of pool. Doing such a good job at just being a rat, making it take time to where Slaybells can now, they can't push.
Snappy second shot. And Mailman still has plenty of Overshield left to work with. Now dwindled down after initiating that gunfight. Great recognition of where that player was escaping to. Not sure if that was through comms or just pure game sense. Nonetheless, Mailman's still alive, still racking up more slays. One player did escape, but I actually think they doubled back onto the pillar, and now Mailman with another one. Oh my God, just unbelievable. Not missing a shot, whether it's close range, medium range, long range, and now he's on the run.
Yep, waiting to get this one through. Will they make it? No damage through skate 3. The last chance is going to be by someone overextending on the other side. It's looking like Mailman's going to get through as Astro finds a kill. Nades are through on the window. Not going to be able to hit the slide to grab this one just yet. Going to have to wait for more kill. He goes for it. No one's there to look, and Melvin
Dude.
gets another bad one and does another sigh of relief.
Yes. Dude, his body language after each and every single one of these are just pure, just classic emotion. I mean, my man is at his wit's end, still putting on a show, still hitting every single shot. And I think he's just, like, I think he knows he's the best player in the lobby. So he's just jumping off the map a couple times to make it fair, right? Like, that's
For
what
sure.
he's doing it on purpose. Duh. I mean, come on.
He's a team player. He's thinking out about the content of the stream. He wants to see this one go to round 7 as well, I guess, even with those sigh of reliefs. But somehow each of these maps, I mean, that was in like the last 50 seconds they finally got that flagpole for the third one. So they're doing a great job at giving us plenty of content here at Clutch Academy, going for the long games. Map 3, but now Sleigh Bells up 2-1. First lead they've had in this grand finals. Will they be able to close it out?
That's the question. But you're right. That's an important note. It feels like we've played 100 games of Halo since the grand final started, and this is the first time that Sleigh Bells can say that we're the team on top. And that's kind of, I think, where they've wanted to be for throughout the last however long it's been is, hey guys, we're the team from the upper bracket. We've had the better run in the tournament. Let's show it. And they haven't until just now, but that's what you afford yourself by having such a great day, is that token in the back pocket. You can afford to lose that first series, reset the bracket, come out a little stronger, use the test to take the test, if you will, and trying to identify what it is and what it was that No Sense have been doing to get to a stage where they can even do something like reset the bracket, despite how improbable it was. And here we are, 2-1. Sleigh Bells on top.
I think, Sleigh Bells and crew, they just like playing at night. They wanted to get to the later hours, get them tired. They're like, hey, that's where we're going to thrive. So even if they reset, we'll have this opportunity. Now they have found that first lead in grand finals, pushing forward. And looking like we're getting players in the lobby. Have Observer open forward, and it's going to be a live fire strongholds. Once again,
Okay.
going to see some more live fire action here.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see which way this one goes. Remember, I don't even remember at this point. It's been so long. I think it was, no, that was No Sense versus Tron, but or was it? We've seen live fire strongholds. Help me out here, Petabot. I'm starting to scramble a
I'm
little
getting
bit.
the brain fuzz too, but
The
I
brain
believe
fuzz
that
is-
was
is-
Tron.
Okay, yeah, that was Tron. That was Tron. But it was Tron who opened up a big lead. Then No Sense came back, right? Like Tron was up by 100 plus seconds.
That's
So,
right. Yep, that was the
okay,
Tron one.
here we go. It's
Yep.
all coming back. And I feel like I'm recounting like a Halo 2 tournament at this point. Like
I know.
it's been so long ago that this series started. I mean, that's just how insane the matches have been and how overtime riddled every game has been. As if there's an opportunity to go to OT, we've gone there. So I think that's going to be sort of the tail of the take. I think that's going to be what I'm looking for, is the resiliency. We've seen that already from really both teams, but in this particular map game mode combination, it was No Sense who did not blink despite getting taken to the edge of defeat, and they came out on top and iced up in the end game. We're going to have a chance to do it once again.
Yep. And we said it in the first series. This one is such a big swing map with the team going up 2-1, this time being the opposite. So now you have the opportunity to go up 3-1 or tie a 2-2. The last time we saw a team go up 3-1, they were able to close that one out. So big map here for Sleigh Bells. But on the other side, if you're No Sense, you've been playing Halo this long. You don't want it to end here. You want to tie this one up.
Yeah, this has certainly gotten to where the rallying cry for both teams could be. We didn't come this far to come this far, right? We've got a few games left. It is right there for the taking for both of these two teams. And with what we've seen over the past hour or so, even despite the 2-1 series lead for Sleigh Bells, I still can't still have no feeling towards like where this one goes. It feels completely wide open. The players are going to be the ones to determine it.
Every series I've casted before, I've had a little bit of a feeling where things could go. This one is like the first time where I don't know. Like, I cannot predict it. And the fact that it goes to overtime every time, and it's where somebody's taking with one more move. And so I'm expecting this Stronghold's going to be the same. We're going to see two teams in 200 fighting for that last cap. I mean, it would only be right with these two. Send us to another deep map in Live Fire Stronghold.
Yeah, I think in all of the OT eligible game modes, right? Like your CTF and your bomb, obviously you could go to OT and Slayer, but it's very rare. Can't go to OT and Strongholds, right? Uh, can't go to OT in Oddball, right? I guess the only other one would be King of the Hill. It's not really an OT; it's more like a 3-3 sudden death, and we've gotten that.
Yeah.
So right, so like every single eligible game mode where it could go to sudden death or go to OT, it's gone there, right? So we're not going to have this in this next one because it's a Strongholds. So that CTF on Forbidden was the first possible OT or sudden death game mode that we didn't see OT or sudden death. And we've played like 11 games in the series so far. I mean, like at least 10. I'm losing track, but just incredible.
Yeah. It's just been, I mean, this is what you live for as a Halo fan. And I appreciate whoever's staying up late with us tonight to watch some great Halo. They're definitely being rewarded here with some close matches. Whoever goes back and watches those VODs as well, wakes up in the morning, wants to see who wins that. Gonna be excited because this has been some great Halo going close. Players are loaded in. We are getting ready for this live fire.
Yeah, speaking of watching the VOD in the morning, theoretically, especially if you were an EU viewer, you could have gone to bed halfway through the tourney, woken up, and you get treated to a grand finals. Like what a way to wake up with your coffee and your beans and toast, and still have some incredible Halo on the on Twitch. And this has just been an absolutely incredible day as we are rolling right along. Game number 4 here, live fire, Strongholds. No sense. We talked about earlier. Had a come from behind victory. We're down by 100+ seconds and iced up against Tron. Get this far in the tournament. Will we see the same here? It looks like Sleigh Bells will be the first to score, though.
Yeah, able to get that, but quickly turn around here. Stop that one. Gonna be a big win for Steezy. Gets the perfect 5. Now moving towards that B cap. Waiting for that one. So they do get 12 on Sleigh Bells. But now QT on this side of Steezy, rotating towards A. They see 3 players on the C side. Comms go in, and now Steezy here for the backup.
Easy. In live on the C flat. Dusty though. Backside of Mud. Nice cleanup there. 3 go down for No Sense. Just 2 for Sleigh Bells. Could open up the door for them to regain control of C. Now they'll make their way to B.
Sniper rifle in the hands of Mailmain. Mind, those shots are gone. They still get that cap as teammates find the shots around him. Camo as well, rotating towards this tower side. They're not going to read this. The Tate gets through, almost gets repulsed, but that railing saves him by a hair. And now surviving in a triple cap. Comes in. And a stick almost gets the repulse as well, but tripped in.
A sticky stuck. No look. Kind of like how Steph Curry shoots it deep from 3 and then he turns towards the other side of the court, starts running to the other side because he knows it connected. And that's exactly what we saw right there. 39-33 here in the early goings of game number 4 as Astro occupying space side of C, turning it red. B going in favor of No Sense there, and they're playing defensively well on the pillar, making sure that they earn more time. Look at another pesky player for Sleigh Bells to take down there on the backside of B. Now pushing through the rat tunnel, but they have done, and this goes back to really what I think they've done well throughout the day. Sometimes they've gotten punched in the mouth, but they counter so damn well. They get up off the mat, wipe their furried brow, mouth bloodied, and keep delivering blows. Really impressed with No Sense's adversity.
Their camo up on that side. Sleigh Bells in a position there. Like one of them were able to grab that. Spawners on the B side. Gonna have to back up here. Going for that C side instead, going for a BC hold, but that gets reset. And now they're just doing a good job at holding the position. Even though it's an AC hold, not the most traditional of ones. They have two players and they're winning their fights. Say that though. Trades go through, but it's Mailman once again with another camo.
Enemy team score.
Virtually tied. Sleigh Bells building momentum with a potential trip cap here, and they get it. A, B, C in their favor, and just as they regain the lead, they're going to sprint through that finish line. As they continue to score. Huge takedown there from Mailman, and it's not huge because he reset C. It's huge because he's got the snipe once again.
Sniper misses that shot. Gonna have to be stuck in the reload animation. Can't find one. Goes for the melee. But Cyanide does a good win there. Also gets a nade onto Big Door. So the AC hold back in place for Sleigh Bells. Now hitting a good slide to get this rotate onto the spawners here. Gonna pinch this guy on the B side. But Sense finds one in the back green. Slow that one down. Now it's gonna be a 2v3.
86, 66, 20-second lead for Sleigh Bells, and 2 in control for No Sense. But both B and C flipping in favor of red. So Sleigh Bells sending 2, it looks like, on each side of the map. Kalar trying to defend the nest. It goes down. Mailman stays alive. 1 HP and a dream. The wipe comes through. 4 go down, and Sleigh Bells should soar to the 100s.
I mean, on the other side, though, they've been doing good, No Sense, at keeping things scrappy. It feels like Sleigh Bells have been winning a lot of fights, but the score is still relatively close. They did pass over that 100-kill mark, but they're still only down by 30. Now it's going to be a 1v1. Spends 2 spawners on the Sleigh Bells side. Trying to get in position for this green hill. We're going to need to win one more fight, but Cyanide, with the good bandit shots, takes one out.
Cyanide said his name a lot in the grand finals. He has played so well. 13, 6, and 8. We're on board with the man himself as he approaches the season. Does quickly turn blue, but with 3, now 4 going down for No Sense. The trip cap is brewing, and this is where Sleigh Bells could sprint to the finish.
Yep, trip cap for Sleigh Bells. Give them that 3-1 lead here in the bracket reset if they win that. Able to capitalize, but No Sense able to flip onto A. Also get progress onto B. Going to be a big win. Astro gets taken out. 3 go down for Sleigh Bells. And Kalar on the other side capping this C. That triple cap did not last long, and No Sense trying to set up one of their own.
138-78 as Sleigh Bells have secured their largest lead of the game. Now Kalar on the sandbags. Knows there's a player around the corner on the scoreboard, but at 1 HP, doesn't want to push. Wow, he gets taken down. Was that via nade? No, Zesty pushes up, plays aggressive, takes him down with the fist. Now Mailman in line inside of B. I don't know if he was 1 HP there, but I guess he was. He gets one tap from the melee, and the pancake comes through. It's pretty rare you see that medal these days. And with how long this tournament's gone, you might just be enjoying some pancakes for breakfast right now.
Yeah, very true, especially that. I mean, who's saying EU viewers still waking up, still blowing me away right now?
Yeah.
Possibly
Late night
watching the
Waffle House
grand
run.
finals. Yeah, get to the little Waffle House, watch the Clutch
Yeah.
Academy finals.
Trust me, we can find a way to eat pancakes if you give us the opening. We will. 138 and 126 though. This one's gotten close once again. Just as Sleigh Bells had built a minute or so lead, it's now back to within single digits. And my God, Adabot, I've said this so many times. I'm blue in the face about it. But every single time Sleigh Bells seemingly deliver the haymaker, No Sense find a way to punch back even harder. I mean, this is like, they are not perturbed one bit when they go down. Like, I can't imagine what the vibes are like, because you get tested a lot throughout the day in a tournament, and that's where the relationships can start to fray, the vibes can start to fray. I have sensed none of that from No Sense. They just keep trucking.
They just keep trying and willing it back in, and now have a pretty strong lead here as that trip cap did stay in for a while, going up to that 82 mark. Fence gets a good shot with the sniper, get him one shot. Can Kalar clean up the damage? Gonna find it, yes, gets the double kill from both of the damages here. Now about to pass that 200 mark. No Sense in this lead, but with how this is going, watch out for Sleigh Bells. They might have a crazy clutch coming up.
From down 60 seconds to up 60 seconds. No Sense just a minute away now from securing game number 4 in a 2-2 series
Enemy
tie.
team scoring.
Very close here, but Sleigh Bells once again in the scoring range here. A back smack goes through 4 cents. Damage from Cyanide on this tower into power position. Gets backed up, but did max damage. Got the one shot. Hailmane going to be there to clean it up. Now going for this B hold. They're going to have CB. Spawners are on this A side.
I usually don't mind CB at all because you can occupy some sense of high ground there. But I also think B is just that. B is the fulcrum on the map. Shout out to Fulcrum, also our most recent donator to the stream. But B is that fulcrum, that anchor point on the map that I think is the spot to hold. As Sleigh Bells have control of it. Plus C. Crucial gunfight now on the pillars turns into a fist fight with both players trading out, 2 down, trading out on each side, but now 3 fall, make it 3 on each side. So unbelievable trades occurring in the feed. Another trade occurs on your screen. Trade. And will that lead to a tie here? 190 to 203. These two teams are once again within single digits. There's no telling which way it goes.
I'm just, every time you think there's a fatal blow, I thought No Sense was going to get that B cap there. No, Sleigh Bells slings in and resets the progress. So
Unreal.
now they retake that lead. Like, I just, at this point, I don't understand how I'm being surprised so much. Actually, I should have understand it. The team name's No Sense. Like, we should have seen that coming. Nothing makes sense.
And I was just about to say, man, this will really test that resolve and the resiliency that we've been lamenting on No Sense all throughout the day. And once again, they find a way to get back up on top. But Sleigh Bells do regain control and regain the lead, only up by 3. And if ever there were a moment where, let's put it to the test of resiliency, it's right now. If No Sense come back and win this, I mean, win or lose the tournament, I'm so impressed.
And the triple stack coming in from No Sense. Looking for that, hoping for that triple stack. Pancakes gets taken out.
The trip cap.
3 go down for Slade. They still land the trip cap. With that, Astro going to need a win on the snipe. Does to slow this one down, but it's still an AC. And they have the opportunity. They do get on C, but B didn't finish. Of course, B didn't finish. No Sense is going to do it.
Or are they? Oh, Sense with a huge, potentially game-clinching snipe. Yes, he does. Unbelievable. My God, 3 or 4 instances where it looks like Sleigh Bells is gonna take the match. And this is just got to be one of the most resilient Halo performances I can ever recall, at least as far as the Clutch Academy, because even when I watch the pros play it, like you said earlier, it kind of feels like you get a sense of where the tournament is going. You get a sense of who's going to win in the matchup. You get a sense of which way the game's going to go once a certain team kind of seems to, just take over. And that has never been the case. That is unreal resolve out of No Sense as they come out on top in a game number 4 that it didn't look like they were going to win until they won it.
As it continue to happen, both of these teams pushing forward. I mean, it's just so evenly matched. Like you're saying, every time you see a team start to break, something happens towards their mental, but this has been a test of mental for both teams. I mean, we're in the middle of the night playing this. We're going the distance in a bracket reset 2-2. We played the 4 maps. It could have been over a while ago. At this point, I just need to see a timer. Like, when did this grand final start? It feels like forever. It feels like yesterday. But we are still moving forward, going on to this Origin Slayer.
I want to say this has been going on for 2 hours. This has been a 2-hour plus series. I think it was right around 11 Central that we kicked off this grand finals. We are deep past 1:15 or 1 a.m. Now 1:15, now 1:16 Central Standard Time. So my God, a 2-hour series. I mean, some teams don't scrim for 2 hours. They'll scrim for 2 hours and call it. This has been one series, and they're still going.
I mean, at this point, I'm trying to think of things we haven't seen yet. but it feels like we've seen everything in this series and even the tournament. Because even the more rare medals, like the Quigley, we saw it earlier on.
Yep.
We were getting that, and I'm just trying to think, is there something that we're missing? And if there is,
Have
I'm
we
sure
seen a
these teams will find it.
Have we seen a reverse sweep throughout the day yet?
Ooh. Maybe not like a full-blown reverse sweep. We had a close one in that King of the Hill, but not quite. There we go. Something can happen. Not going to happen on Slayer there, but moving forward, have a reverse sweep. That might be that missing piece to the puzzle. But Astro, good shots with that bandit. Going to get the sniper rifle. Sleigh bells go up 4-2.
Well, after 10 collective games in this grand finals, it comes down to 3. Sorry, quick math. As these two teams are tied, this best of 7 is now become a best of 3.
It is moving forward in the chat, talking about it. Carson saying, I played in the losers finals 8 hours ago. Summarizing this tournament very well here. We're moving forward. We're going to war. Rocks trying to land, gets one for Cyanide. Second one misses, but still able to escape with the life, keeping things tied. 7-7. Once again, the war continues.
The war indeed. I mean, these 8 players have to be bonded for life after this. Like, they'll see each other at the first Halo, I don't know, Halo Killtacular Infinite. I don't know what the next game is going to be called, but the next Halo game, when we all show up at the next LAN, I need like a group photo amongst 8 and a hearty group photo or something, because these guys are just a part of something that throughout years and years of Clutch Academy draft tournaments, we have never seen such just an absolutely incredible grand final. Someone said, I think Scout said in the chat, this has been just absolutely brutal, but in the best way.
Cyanide hitting it snipe for the double kill. Astro finds the third, and now they have this strong lead. But at this point, you don't doubt anything. They're up by 6. They definitely have what it takes to bring this one back. It's going to start with Strix. Gets the melee there. Can they find it? No. Cyanide gets a double kill and survives. Big stuff. Cyanide doesn't want this Slayer to be close. They want to finally have a blowout game.
We saw this in game number 1 where we mentioned it just feels like Sleigh Bells have hit a switch, and they haven't really been able to consistently do that, right? Is this the beginning of the end for No Sense? Because that switch that got flipped stays on for Sleigh Bells, right? Like, they've hit the switch before. We've seen, especially in the Slayers, right? Like, even I think the game number 2, we've seen this before. Cyanide, we've seen this before. He's gotten frenzies before. And then the next game, they just don't seem to be at that same level. I'm really curious if Sleigh Bells were to win this one, if they're able to carry that through into the next game, because outside of No Sense winning a couple games in a row, it's literally been Sleigh Bells win one, No Sense win one, Sleigh Bells win one. Like, no team has just absolutely outright dominated a stretch outside of a few games for No Sense. But even then, the games are so close, I wouldn't call that domination.
If squad battle were ever to become popular again in the ranked team, this is who I would want to go to war with. These 8 players, the mental fortitude shown in this battle and continuing to push forward. And Sleigh Bells trying to get to this side, get in 10 on the lead here. Wingman coming in through. Mailman going to get a second with the perfect, or that was Astro with the perfect shot. Still great shots, moving this lead forward. Now, what are we going to see? Does No Sense have this chance?
It kind of looked like Mailman's POV, didn't it? As Zesty works his way through the sniper ramp, knows that an opponent is 1 HP around the corner, but Mailman cleans that up instead. Now trying to take advantage of the high ground in this monster lead, 35-23. And going back to that conversation, really the only blowouts have been in the Slayers, and they've all gone to Sleigh Bells. So this does bode very well for them in the sense that if they were to lose game 6, I feel really good about them in that game 7, because the Slayers seem to be their strong suit.
Yeah, that's a scary thought to think about for no sense because they battled for this long. And that's probably got to be for either of these teams. Whoever ends up losing this one, unfortunately, has to be a loser. That's going to be a heartbreak. Like, you've been playing this long. Both of these are going to want it. But right now, Slay's going in for Slay Bells as they pass that 40 kill mark. At 41, they only need 9.
Definitely one of those types of matches where nobody deserves to lose, but Love and Life and Halo, someone's got to take the L. And we're seemingly just moments away from determining a winner throughout the day, as I do believe we just got EAC'd once again. One more time for the road, right? One more time for good measure. No worries, though, because in this one, it's not the Sweatfest Aqua Bomb that we had before. This one's all but over, so we'll get our observer back into that game 6. All the while, 7 kills needed to wrap up game number 5.
I'm kind of excited because I'm seeing that Mailman's being very passionate right now, trying to will team victory, being loud. We get to that POV here. I want to see some of that passion as they're 5 kills away from taking this Slayer, going up 3-2.
Yeah, passion indeed. You can't stay up this late loving some Halo without a little bit of passion involved. As Mailman cross map, 4 shots, takes his opponent down to 1. Now picking up the boomsticks, can go for the trade here and feel great about it, knowing that he needs just 1 more. And there you go. It's exactly what he goes for. 50 to 36. Not the steaktacular we saw in game number 2, but cheeseburgers on the menu nonetheless for Sleigh Bells as they ate in that last game.
The relief once again on Mailman's face. We got over every time we've been on the POV.
It wasn't even close.
And quite a bit. It wasn't even close,
And
but
he was
still
still
just like relief. Like, whew. We have a lead once again, 3-2. Well, now on the back foot is no sense. Will they be able to make sense of this all and bring it back, bring it to a map 7 here? They made it. Might as well.
I mean, think about this. The winter final ended maybe like 4 or 5 hours ago. So it's been about, we'll call it 5 hours that the team that might just win this tournament has had a series lead. I mean, just think about that, right? Obviously, you got some of the time in between winter final, winning that and getting to the grand finals. You got to lower semis and then lower finals got to conclude. So obviously, you're going to eat up an hour or 2 there. But that's pretty remarkable for a team like Sleigh Bells to fight through all of the chaos, all of the insane matches that we've seen. And after 5 hours, they finally know what it feels like once again to have a lead in the series. That's kind of crazy to think about.
Have a match point and a point to win it all. Also, looking at the prize pool here, it moved up from 500 to 600. So that first place team now getting 400, second place 200. Oh, money on the line as well. And you've been up this late, you've been playing Halo. Want a little bit of cash, reward that effort.
Yeah, you better come away with a Chris Benjamin if you're going to take a tournament like this that has just absolutely tested the teamwork, the will, the strategy. I mean, everything has been on display. Everything you could ask to watch when you sit down and watch competitive Halo, it's been on full display here today, and it has been no more intense or no greater than here in the grand finals. And this is exactly what you want when it comes down to the final series of the day. You want to see the best version of the day, and my God, have we seen that and then some.
Yeah. And we still at least have 1 more map, and with how things are going, I'd honestly expect it to be 2. Or that next map is going to be, it's going to be a shootout. It's going to be hard to say who takes that one. But at this point, I don't think anything can surprise me because I've been surprised so much by this series.
Surprise me with the next game mode map combination because I don't have that on my screen. Do you know what that is?
Let me try. I just moved away from that. Get it second. Here we go. Reset. We're on vacancy.
Okay.
Oddball. It's an oddball. You ready for a round 3 oddball?
Yeah, of course.
Continue moving this one forward.
And we haven't seen vacancy, I want to say, since winter final, game number 1. So it's been
Yep.
quite a while since we've seen Vacancy. Do we know who forged the Vacancy map? Because I'd love to shout out the Forge community who put that together, because that map played really well.
For sure. That's one of those maps that I wanted to see in the comp pool. I was just liking how it was playing, how it was flowing, and see how the pros would take that on a different approach. So if anyone in the chat knows the forger of
I got it.
Vacancy, let us know, because we got to shout them out.
Forgers are Mick Rips and Ethan Hibbs.
Oh,
Ooh.
hell yeah. Mick Rips and Ethan Hibbs. So Ethan Hibbs is part of the Forge Hub community, and he routinely has 1, 2, if not 3 maps in the map pool for those Forge Hub 5Ks. And I'm not surprised to see his name pop up here again, because that dude is insane in Forge. I mean, some of my favorite Forge maps are definitely of his creation.
Yeah, keeping in the work. And this one, just adding to it. I love, as I mentioned earlier, all the verticality to it. There's different spots, at least 3 levels to fight on, different flank spots going through the spawns, and just how it plays. Like, it was enjoyable to see on that oddball. So I'm excited. Get to watch it. I mean, it was only a matter of time that we got to see it again, moving all the way forward. And now we're saying we're missing one thing: a reverse sweep. And so, I mean, oddball isn't as crazy, but he can go up 1-0 and get reverse swept in that. Maybe that's what we need, but it's just been, fireworks throughout this.
Yeah, hard to imagine what we're about to get here in this game 6. I just feel like we've gone this far. Why not just give us a game 7? Let's go to a Slayer game 7 to determine the longest marathon Clutch Academy draft tournament that we've ever seen. It's only fitting that it would end on a game 7, a bracket reset game 7 at that.
Yep.
So at this point, that's what I'm rooting for.
Yep, and same. First, I'm like, do I have the energy? I'm getting that second wave, though. At this point, I'm already awake. We might as well see that map 7. Let's move forward. I mean, we've been locking in. Mikowski on the Coke. I'm on the Dr. Pepper. So we're ready to move forward here onto this last one.
Hell yeah, brother. I like Dr. Pepper, but I don't know why, but I always go for Coke when I go to the grocery store. But if a Dr. Pepper's offered, I'm drinking it.
Drinking it. I mean, Coke's just a classic, solid choice.
Have you tried?
Coke man myself.
Have you tried? I think it's called Dirty Coke or Dirty Dr. Pepper from Sonic. Have you tried that yet?
I'm from Utah, man, home of the dirty soda. So I get all the swig and everything.
Hell yeah.
So delicious, the dirty. But yeah, that's something else. You put some cream in there.
Yep.
Some people think it's crazy, but nah, man, that stuff's so
Dude,
good.
it's so good. Now you gotta make sure that your soda is well carbonated, because by adding the cream, you take out a little bit of the bite that you'll want from a refreshing soda pop, right? But
That's true.
if it's a very well carbonated, spritzy soda, add a little bit of coconut cream, add a little bit of lime, and you are all. And the crunchy ice. The crunchy ice is a very key component.
That's key. I don't know
Very
why
key.
it makes such a difference, but crunchy ice is just next level.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like a texture thing or what, but that crunchy ice, that seals the deal.
Yeah, crunchy ice. I mean, now you're speaking the language, the Utah people. Oh,
also,
go ahead.
Shout out to Raro. I think I got that name right. Shout out to Raro, who is the one who donated the $100. Simply reached out and said, "Hey, can I add $100 to the pot?" And I mean, no one at Clutch is going to say no. So an extra $100 added to the pot. Very fitting. I assume Raro has been watching and said, "My God, these guys have been going at it for a while. Let's sweeten the deal a little bit so everybody gets a little bit more after all is said and done." So shout out to Raro for contributing more to the prize pool. A little bit of boost of adrenaline for these players who probably don't need it, but we'll certainly appreciate it.
They'll take it. I mean, especially playing this late into the evening, having to deal with the resets of easy anti-cheat as well. I know it's not been easy for anyone here, but shout out for these players sticking through and still putting on a show. We get through this. We're almost there. 2 maps for sure, maybe 1 map. But to say the least, this clutch tournament has been one for the books, one that I'm always going to remember here moving forward. I don't think I could forget it.
Yeah, I've casted a lot of these, and I do not recall it ever just being this insane. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I mean, we've seen bracket resets before, but then like after a bracket reset, a team wins in like 4 or 5 games. You know, they kind of figure it out or take control. This one has literally been red team wins, blue team wins, red team wins, blue team wins. I mean, it has really been a back and forth affair, not only in the series but in the games themselves. I mean, we've seen big swings taken. I mean, can we, can we see that screen grab of the assault match where the bar was at 100% and we were pretty much casting that the game was over and it wasn't? I mean, that's probably my that's if I had to pick one thing, like that was the moment that really embodies the day.
Yeah, I continue. We've said it. I haven't seen anything like that. Just full time, and the only time I've seen something close was when it was bugged when Bomb first released on Infinite. You'd get some people to plant, and the score would just never show up, or bugs like that. But that one was just here, like to the millisecond, to the pixel. They got that back smack, and it had to be a back smack. And with Halo, like you never know, you're behind someone. There's a chance you're getting a blank melee. It's not counting as a back smack, but it had to be a back smack, and it had to be at the last second. And it's just been tough.
Yeah, that's one that you'll definitely want to watch back on the replays, or maybe Clutch will clip that moment and put it on Twitter, because that is definitely deserving of a Twitter clip. Because, like I said, I think it's the farthest I've seen a bomb get armed and not get armed. So, really been a microcosm for the series here, and really the day itself is. We've seen a lot of incredible matches, but it all comes down to this: just 2 games left. Game 6, just around the corner between No Sense and Sleigh Bells. Do we know what the map and game mode combination is for this next one?
Vacancy oddball.
That's right, Vacancy Oddball. So loading up, getting ready for the long haul. Now it could be a quick 2-0, but I wouldn't want that. Wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be fitting. This at least has to go to round 3.
Yeah, round 3, or if it does go 2-0, it's got to be like going towards the end of bombs, like very, very last moment. So, especially at this, I mean, if we're all barely surviving here, staying awake, like we all just got to experience this together. It's almost like a trip at this point.
This does feel like this feels like a convention or something where you just stay up to like 3 or 4 a.m. playing Dungeons and Dragons or something. I don't even know. This has been quite the day. Unbelievable. I can't believe all that's gone on in just the last couple of, like, as soon as we got to the finals, winter final, lower final, grand finals, and all throughout the day, but especially so recently, it has been just like bizarre in the most awesome way.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I've been doing some smaller draft tournaments, and I'm like, where I'm the only caster or one other, no, like relief ones. And I feel like those would go long, and somehow this one grand finals has been taking longer than some of those. Like,
this grand finals has almost
Ugh.
been the length of an entire tournament if you're running only best of 3s and it's like a 24 team pool. But here we go. We are live and in the mix. Game number 6. No more resets to be had. Both teams playing on neutral ground. Nobody in the winner bracket, nobody in the lower bracket. This is the grand finals. Do or die. Sleigh Bells, 1 win away from absolute glory.
Will Melmain be able to accomplish once again on the mainstream? All eyes on his POV only. And this is the player that will deliver in those clutch moments. Has to fall back from that nade damage, but teammates doing a good job of getting this ball. Once again, we're seeing the survivability of Melmain. Flanks through that bottom mid and gets a kill while still being alive. And had to get that, runs backwards and just still alive, as you would expect.
So I just went and looked. Melmain has been live for 16 and a half hours. I mean, at this point, you might as well win the tournament and throw up a 24-hour stream, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like, just to say that you've done a 24-hour stream, you've done the hard part. Like, now you could go relax, play like something a little more chill as you get to there. Like, you win this, especially, like, come on, 24-hour stream. That should be the reward.
I mean, the hard part's over, and he's already 2/3 of the way there. Oh my God! It looks like he just got on. That was a nasty flick shot onto that first opponent. Not able to clean up the second, as he does earn the assist. Players pushing from the junction. Chase grenade goes out, blocking the space for that player to advance on the map. And now, anticipating the back of one, the BXR onto the third does not connect. But man, Mailman dealing out a lot of damage, and it's a 44-15-second lead for a squad.
No sense. Still with this opportunity, though, to bounce back. Finding the Slays here onto the side of Sleigh Bells. Trying to get in position to get this ball on that yellow side. But once again, we see Sleigh Bells working together, pushing through this side. Going to clear every corner and make sure no one surprises. And turns around and does great team shot for the double. Going to get the triple as well. Ball is last. Save him the overkill. He's earned the overkill at this point. 16 hours. Hey, triple kill still there. And still playing deep. 16 hours in.
Dude, this is insane. The levels of locked in. This, I mean, now I can see why this guy's so badass in the open bracket. Like this dude is battle tested.
Battle tested. And at this point, next time you cast in an open bracket, you got the talking point that this guy streamed for 16 hours for a Clutch Academy tourney. Like, it doesn't matter how long the LAN tournament's going, he's going to be locked.
And there's been like no fall off in his game either, right? Like he could have every excuse as to why he's not hitting all of his shots or why he's making a mistake or falling off the map, which we did see a couple times. But outside of falling off the map on Forbidden, I mean, this guy's gameplay has been absolutely flawless for 16 and a half hours. That is like is he AI?
At this point, yeah, is he a robot? Can someone check that next LAN? Let's take a look. Let's make sure this guy's human, because still pushing forward and even grabbing ball time.
Yes.
Like the oddballs we seen last time would get the kills, get the assists, then rotate and grab the ball time, doing so much.
Yeah, he's routinely had the most slays and the most oddball time for his team. I mean, that's almost like impossible to do, because for as long as you have the oddball, which has been at least a minute plus, and that's a minute where, for all intensive slaying purposes, you put the controller down, right? So it's like Eli the Ninja in 2005, like going up by a certain amount of slays in a free-for-all, walking across the street to grab a smoothie, and then walking back and winning the game. That's what Mailman's done tonight.
Yeah, for sure. And still just getting perfect shots. Cyanide backs up with another set of 5. They get a clean 4 dead, but that ball is played. But who other to grab this ball than Mailman? Waiting for their spawners. Actually let someone else grab it, but in that position, they are there. They're starting to work towards this point, about to pass through 80. But on the other side, no sense. They've still gotten time of their own. They were at 50, keeping it close. They do have an opportunity to push, but Mailman just changing targets. Whoever's one shot, that's where the reticle is going to be. Flicking back and forth with M and K. Doing it so much. Almost gets the trade there as well.
9 seconds. Do not drop it.
Don't think we saw the melee connect, but what might connect here is a 100-second hold of the oddball collectively throughout round number 1, and unbelievable. And it feels like, based on the eye test, sleigh bells are starting to actually like find their, like not necessarily their form or their footing, but like they're finding another gear. That's the way to put it. They're finding another gear. Like if these two supercars were in 7th gear, I don't even know if they make Porsches or Ferraris that have an 8th gear, but Mailman's in the auto shop finding a way to create that, because they've seemed to have hit another gear in this game. And that's incredible when you look at just all of the different variables that they've had to overcome.
Someone needs to put a Halo data hype together of this last grand finals, or even the tourney in general. Like, how many guys has this person shot? Like, these players, how many kills have they gotten throughout the day? What's the KD overall? Yeah, I mean, just shooting constantly. But no sense. Starting to get a little bit of form on the other side, grabbing this ball in that perfect yellow setup. Gonna need to find a kill here. Gets caught out by Mailman. Cyanide also gets the nade as well. So we're seeing a duo forming once again. Mailman and Cyanide pushing together and getting that, stopping the push from the ball.
Yeah, Mailman's really had, I mean, it feels like multiple draft picks that he's had on his team have kind of like carried the mantle at different times. Like it feels like we've mentioned multiple teammates of his have been sidekicks to him, and whether that be helping each other on the map, right, like having his back on the map, or just simply playing at the same level as Mailman. I mean, every single player has had their moment and has contributed to where they are in this tournament, which is just one round away from victory. But no sense.
Oh,
Have bounced back in this one, and they take down Mailman all the while. That's going to extend this into the 40s at least, I would assume, as they're looking really strong here in round number 2, 40-8. Not bad.
We need someone on ball here.
of course, no sense bouncing back in this. There's no way an oddball's going to be a blowout here. Still working the distance, making this one close is no sense. But Mailman, with the 16 hours on the stream, getting word that he just got a new mouse. That thing's going to be well broken in at this point, maybe halfway through the life cycle after today. Locking in with those shots.
Marketing cuts.
Yeah, something like that, right?
Yeah.
All right, regroup.
Unreal. He goes down, though. Has no sense. Quadruple up on the lead now. Potential 5x as they've crossed the 50-second threshold. Mailman coming off a spawn. Pushing alongside the periphery of the map. Jumps over that threat seeker, I believe it was. But he's going to use his intel and his communication to deliver what the threat seeker would have anyways. That on ball gets reset. An opportunity for Sleigh Bells to show the same level of play that we saw in round number 1.
Yeah, making the plays here, getting another kill. Now going to have time for the side of Sleigh Bells. They have that ideal yellow setup that we've been seeing players play throughout the tournament. Good spot there. You're able to hold the angles, and you have that position to throw the ball out. And then you just get Mailman on top of Red Tower, hitting perfect shots, turning around, getting a double. Is it going to be a triple? Chalet, give him it to him. It's a backing down for that. Reloading, being a good team player, not over-challing as you would expect. I mean, this guy's one of the hardest kills in the Clutch Academy tourney.
His game sense and recognition is very strong, too. You can see there he wastes no time advancing towards the anticipatory spawns of the other team. And so he doesn't have time to celebrate the double or even the potential triple. He's already pushing out what he anticipates to be the spawn of the opponent. And that's caused a lot of split spawn scenarios where no sense haven't been able to take advantage of their numbers, because even if they have 4 up, they're split on the map.
Now pushing forward, they're able to slow down the time from no sense. Mailman going to grab this ball for a rotate, get some scrappy time here as well as they bring it into red. Throws the ball, now going to have to do damage, but someone from the top ropes gets the surprise, gets an overkill on the other side. And it's not over yet. No sense wants a chance in this, so off the overkill. They're only going to need 20 seconds.
Yeah, what's that meme of the Undertaker in the casket, wide-eyed, sitting up like "Don't Wake Daddy" style?
Yeah.
Tell kids games. I mean, that was what we just witnessed there. Back from the dead, back from the grave, are no sense. And while it felt like Sleigh Bells were working towards a potential tournament win, if no sense take round number 2 and then turn it into round number 3, they carry the momentum into a game 7, which would decide it all.
But some things never change, and that's Mailman not missing, continuing to hit perfect shots, but it's not going to be enough. 3 seconds left. Do they have the chance to push and stop this? Are we going to a round 3 in ball? Teammates able to grab that one and rotate it out. So no sense going to need to get another push to find these final 3 seconds here. First, Mailman finds that pick, but on the other side, 2 kills go down. Going to be on the back shoulder of Mailman to get this time, but not going to be able to get there in time. The ball is there, and we are seeing a round 3 in ball. Of course we are. We could have called that earlier.
Yeah, this was in the script. You didn't check the production notes before we started, dude? Come on, man. This was
I
all
shoulda.
in the script. Don't act surprised. We were destined for a round 3 here as Millman. I think it was destined for some oddball time. Goes straight for it off the start. Goes down to 1 HP, reshields, repositions, and gets that oddball back to his team. Anticipate that the other team has approached the oddball. There they are. They're on it. As Millman trying to force a reset here. Wraps around to the right to help his teammate, but his teammate doesn't need any help. He's got that all by himself. As that oddball does eventually get reset. Only 2 seconds secured during that time, so Sleigh Bells get back up on top.
Working here. Mailman getting another rotate and getting some of that ball time. Drops the ball for the weak player, falling back to hold that. Now going to push pace onto this side. Going to be met with 2 players, though. Gets taken out, doesn't find the trade. That's going to be a 3 down for No Sense. They're going to have the opportunity for this ball, make that 4 down, and a great push out of No Sense gives them an opportunity for a setup.
10-10. It's No Sense now. Regaining a narrow lead. Trying to send us to a game 7. Mailman pushes from underneath. Opponent anticipated, though. You can see him coming around the corner with the elbow ready to rock and roll. Mailman will head back to the respawn screen. Just 1 second until he's back up on the map. Now working across down the right side. Ball still in the hands. I mean, this is the win condition right here. You take Mailman down and just look how much stronger the other team looks, especially as it relates to securing ball time. They take Mailman down. They usually get about 10 to 15 seconds with it, but now Mailman says, I'm back. Back from the dead, back for some revenge. And he maybe understands that, like, hey, man, if I go down, this might be a guaranteed 20 seconds for the other team, and can't do that much more often. The other team has already secured 40 seconds to the 25 for Sleigh Bells, but they're back in control.
Teammates once again fall around Mailman. Gonna need another triple here, but gets the flank. Gonna find at least a double. Triple is in play here, getting the jiggles onto that, but the ball is rotating. Team's there, runs into the nade, still gets the assist. The damage is done, so while they were down numbers, he didn't kill Mailman, gets more shots, and now they have that setup.
Here he is, just like he has before. He's running towards the spawn, and he's already in that location. Take him down to 1. Causing a distraction for the other. Wow, maybe a potential split spawn there. Does still trade out.
I'd play it.
Astro gets back on the oddball, but at 1 HP, he's got to watch his back. You believe he just went down. Mailman back up on the oddball.
Back cuts. One shot, back cuts.
Good shots going out, but not good enough. Big win there from Kalar.
Gonna be your tower. One wagon,
Big
one
win
market.
indeed, trying to get that forward. 47 seconds for No Sense, but time still going towards Sleigh Bells. They're going to rotate this ball towards spawners. Nolan trying to get quickly toward to reinforce that. Not going to be in time, though. Going to have to fight 2 players, but gets a perfect with the ghost jump. Going to find a double, but misses the melee. Didn't get a lunge there for the trade, but damage still going to be good if they could clean that one up, and they do. They're still having an impact on the map.
Curious to see what the numbers advantage looks like for Sleigh Bells here, as it looked like they took down 3 to the 2 down for them.
Deal.
Bombs occurring on the other side of the map once again. Mailman down to 1 HP, though. Trying to stay alive here. He knows how critical he is to holding the setup.
Make sure you play that.
Melee, the rib cage, takes down 1. On ball, opportunity to reset here. They do a great job of that. That's a great time to reset right after you take the lead. The push comes on strong. Reset that oddball and live to fight another day.
Setup, though, pushing forward, but not going to check this play. Can they get a win? And, of course, Mailman's shot still hitting strong. Pushing forward now with the team on the side. The lead does go into the side in No Sense, but it's going to be vital they play this ball. We saw a good play earlier. It's going to need to happen again. Get that scrap time and get ready for a play. But they did get enough time that spawners are there for a fight. The play doesn't quite need to come in yet.
Oh, man, does a great job there. He was previously down 2 or 3 shots in the gunfight. Repositions and reorients himself to the exact same spot he went to earlier, but with full shields, and finally takes down that pesky opponent on the other side. 52 to 76 here. Has No Sense. A handful of seconds away from sending us to a game 7, but Sleigh Bells are back on it.
Make sure you play that, Zest.
Back on the ball, only down by 16. They'll have this opportunity here, but No sense. Going to capitalize. Someone said in the chat, Shades, they do a great job at capitalizing when Mailman's dead. They push the pace. And once again, that has happened. Moving forward here. 10 seconds is all it's going to take for No Sense to send this to a game 7. Last push. Mailman is dead. Do they have what it takes? Can the players clutch up?
What's your need? What's your need?
3 seconds away. You need to reset that. Ball dropped. It dropped off the map. That was huge because the opponent was right there ready to take it. He might just be at the reset point. He is. Comes down to 1v1, but Mailman goes down. And No Sense force a game 7.
Alright, we got this shit, bro.
Unreal.
We're winning Slayers. Aqua Slayer.
I
Slayer.
mean,
Just gotta make sure
we
don't get
saw it.
fucking cycled
Yeah,
up.
we saw it coming. Game 7. It's only right as the voice starts to go. Need to bring the passion one last time for this game 7. We are locking in. I'm excited. It is a Slayer. We're breaking it down before. Playbells has been great in the Slayer side. The only few blowouts we've seen have been in the Slayer. So what's it going to take for this other team? Find a way, work together, keep the Slayer scrappy, and take this one home.
Yeah, so we've mentioned a few times throughout this reset of the series just how the flip seemingly got switched for Slaybells. And the way they're doing that, right, is playing off of their advantage state. Like they are just holding forward, and as soon as they have the numbers advantage, and I'm not talking about, oh, we have one more player alive than they have. No. I'm talking about like the micro shield advantage of, hey, we've got 2 extra shots on our side than what they have on their side. Let's push out that advantage. They have done so in every single one of those Slayers, and that's why we've started to see the snowball just cascade down the map when we get to these game 7s, and we are here right now. An Aqua Slayer to decide. It's the absolute marathoniest of marathon Clutch Academy draft tournaments. No. The marathoniest of marathon Halo tournaments. It all comes down to this.
I was going to ask you, but they got in so quick. If you were to guess what a game 7 map would be on Slayer, what it would be, I feel like Aquarius is the answer. You've seen so many times, even in HCS, where Aquarius going down to the wire, both teams having the potential to win this, having to forget that. So now, No Sense going to have the opportunity here to bring this one, but down by 1.
Well, this is a good sign, though, for No Sense. They're down by 1, but they're not as far down as they were in the previous early game of games 2 and 5, where, again, the flip gets switched and a different version of Slaybells comes out. We're not seeing that so far in this game 7. That bodes well for No Sense, despite being down by 1 here.
At this point, I was thinking of other things we haven't seen. We haven't seen a 49-49 melee trade go into a tie.
Oh, no.
Anything to happen at the end, maybe speak it in existence, would happen. But 3 go down is No Sense. Get a great wipe there. Going 7-5, taking this lead, make that 8-5. Great stuff. Now pushing the pace towards Mailman, taking him out. They're starting to put him in the blender.
Huge. And I feel like they recognized what we had recognized in that game 6. Like, hey, wow. I mean, and it's been there throughout, but game 6 just seemed to really heavily favor No Sense when they took Mailman down. I almost wonder, like, there's a prioritization of opponents, and a lot of times it's dependent upon who presents themselves as the biggest threat in the moment. But Mailman's so good that he might just be the biggest threat regardless of whether or not he's even alive on the map at the time. So I think maybe they took a sign or took a page out of that previous game where they realized, like, hey, this feels a little bit easier to secure time. It feels a little bit easier to secure slays when Mailman is dead. And that's been their MO. They are headhunting Mailman. They're making sure that they know where he is at all times. It's made it a lot more difficult to push and move on the map for a guy who was seemingly in flow state for 16 hours.
16 hours, nearing 7. Trying to finally close this one down. This will be the last Halo map. No matter what happens here, someone could close that. But great shots. Still hitting shots on Car 1 as well. Just the power there. Practicing so many hours on M&K. We're starting to see the flicks land. Now going to hit the jump. Hitting the jumps as well with ease. Going to find one in back base. Gets taken out by double. Now this is the time for No Sense to pounce. They're trying to get that, but no. Sleigh Bells counter outs that one and now in the lead by 1.
Wow, impressive. And off the start, Mailman, the few deaths in a row, and there we saw him get to work a little bit longer life. And I think that's got to be one of his focuses, is extending that average life duration. If he can get into that, high 40s, 50s, maybe even a minute plus, that's a little bit of a stretch because that's hard to do. But if you can extend that average life duration, it's a key stat that doesn't really get talked about a lot, but I feel like just in this particular situation, that might be the most important stat of them all.
Yeah, going to be very big here. Moving forward, average lifetime so important. Trades going through there, though. Cleaning that one up. Up by 2 is Sleigh Bells. We're near the halfway mark. Going to find another one with the back smack gifted, making it up to 3. 1 kill to that 25-1. And this guy's just confident he'll go flying in. He ends up getting punished there, but the damage is there for the trades. Still up by 2. Now teammates collapsing in on the util damage, but the turn is there. No Sense says no to that collapse and now ties the game up.
Wow, and that was a great example of Sleigh Bells playing their advantage state. They had opponents weak in the util, but they were ready for the bait and switch. That teammate that pushed through from yellow into the util was ready to defend the throne, defend his honor, and defend his teammate.
Waiting in 1 kill lead here. We've had a reset. Now tied up at 27 is for the halfway point. But the remote detonation goes through, cleans that one up. 2 go down, and now the time to collapse here. Both players hiding, waiting for the spawn. They do get the util spawn, so No Sense going to need to slow down a bit and find the next opener. But that will be Sleigh Bells that find that one.
Camo up to fight for it. Mailman has the advantage. Form of the high ground and his shields, but not much longer. He's already down to 1 HP. Gotta worry about that player that was below him at one point. Not sure where they went to. Maybe to Kara. Working a flank. Oh, no, it's straight ahead at P2 and the camo. I don't believe it got burned. It did drop there on the top side of the map.
We're good.
I do believe that Sleigh Bells was able to secure it. Here's when you want to slow the game down. Allow your camo player to operate as the tip of the spear. Play for intel first. You don't need to just go shooting crazy shots out just because you can. You need to gather the intel, then play off of it. I'm not sure that the match has afforded any opportunity or time to do so, though. It feels like the match just kept going.
Pushing forward here. Camo's still alive, ready to make another play. Nades go through once again from Mailman. Just great nades all day. Now they have that 2-kill lead. Going to wait for this collapse here. On the bottom mid side. Still being disciplined, waiting for the teammates to make the play and that information.
37 to 35, folks. It is just a 2-kill game. Less than 6 to go. Mailman pushing into the generator. As opponent weak. Wow, he ultimately trades out, it looks like there. So he'll go down, but not before taking one with him. But after Mailman falls, No Sense regain the lead. They're up by 1.
Up by 1, going close. We're about to pass the 40 mark. They need to fall back here. 3 players stuck in the yellow base. Make that 4 players. Everyone stuck here. Going to slow down. The collapse is about to happen. They need to wait, but Sleigh Bells playing very patient, waiting for somebody to make a mistake. I mean, this is the stuff you can't practice for. Game 7 Slayer going in to the wire. They need to lock in. 5 finds in from Steezy on the other side. Gets double kill, but Mailman with the 2. Traded out, but No Sense still have a 2-kill lead.
40 to 42. Can you clean up the initial damage from Mailman? That's the question right now. I'm staring at the feed. Mailman's actually about to potentially clean up on his own damage, but his teammate falls P2, and his opponent at P2 knows that he just needs to disengage. Up by 2. Might be organizing a bait and switch here. I would not be surprised to see 2 players waiting for Mailman around the corner.
Camo up in 1. Can't be the difference maker here when you only need 7 kills. Teammates go through. They find the 1. They get the double kill, but someone's on the flank to trade that one out. Keeping the 1 kill. They bring that 2. And now No Sense in position to grab this camo, going up 45-43.
Sleigh Bells are down by 1 and no sense with potentially the most improbable, the most historic Cinderella tournament run in the history of Clutch Academy. As they're up by 2, 3 kills left. Mailman trying to stay alive. He cannot go down here. He does, though.
He got a trade.
huge slay. Oh, my God, and the ninja. That could seal it. Unbelievable play. 49-46. That might be all she wrote.
They're all aping us
No
backside,
sense in the driver's seat. One kill is going to be the difference here for them. Can Sleigh Bells bring one more Christmas miracle? No, they do not. No sense are your champions. They got knocked down from winners round 2 and brought it all the way here to grand finals. I'm waking everybody up. I'm probably about to get yelled at, but it is worth it here. They are locked in. I mean, generational run from them.
That is right there with SSG's run from the lower bracket to a championship win at Salt Lake City on land. That's how incredible that was right there. That might be hyperbolic for those that are fans of Halo, but if you tuned in all day, you know that what we just saw was absolutely insane. Like, I'm talking like 1% chances of happening. That was absolutely ridiculous. From lower round 2 to the final 2 teams remaining to the King of the Hill, the last team standing. I can't believe we just saw that. That was absolutely insane. I just want to know, like, what was the secret? Like, did you guys sneak in a VOD review? like did you guys like go on Metafy and hire Eli for 30 minutes? Like how else could you have just like completely changed the course of your tournament run in the snap of a finger? That was insane.
Yeah, and they lost to a team in winners round 2 that went to go lose winners round 3 and then lose in losers bracket. Like, they didn't make
Insane.
it far in the run, but
Insane.
something switched. As you're saying, like, what is that? I mean, there's so much just to go back and look at. I want to see the pause frame of that melee. I want to see that ending. How did they go up 49 when it was looking in the favor of Sleigh Bells, that ninja? I need to go watch that back in slow motion and get those trades. The game 7, but my goodness, what a long day, and for such a good cause. Clutch Academy tournament showing up again for Clutchmas, for everybody donating, and those who stuck around through the late night hours to see that history.
Yeah, they got to. It was worth staying up for. If you stayed up with us, come on. It's Saturday night. We're in between Christmas and New Year's. You ain't got nothing else to do but watch the greatest Clutch Academy draft tournament so far. I mean, for the greatest cause as well. Insane Halo all throughout the day. We've raised $715 plus $500 in toys and toiletries for the kiddos of Methodist Children's Hospital. There's just too many high watermarks to even discuss and wrap up with, because there were so many.
Yeah, it's just so many things, and as someone's saying, somebody make a doc. Like, at this point, that's something I would watch. Like, just seeing people go through. I want to see how they brought this through, but I'm so excited that I was able to cast this one, and first time casting with my man Mikowski, but it feels like we've casted forever at this point.
Yeah, dude.
I mean,
I loved it.
No one else I would have rather been here with. Like, so glad you're here.
Dude, I love it, man. Yeah, you never really, like, if you've ever casted before, like, usually you have your duo or like people you like routinely work with, and so you never know what you're gonna like, how it's gonna go and flow with someone you've never casted before. We've actually never even spoken together, and people from the chat probably think we've been playing Halo 3 together since 2007. Because yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. I really appreciate you having me alongside as your co-caster. Huge shout out to Clutch Academy for having me here to cast these tournaments. Huge shout out to the community, to the chat, to the charity that we're benefiting here today. And I think above all else, man, shout out to the competitors, because for them to put 16, 17-hour streams together to deliver literally like an entire calendar day worth of competitive Halo content, when we've been just like yearning and begging for it ever since the Halo World Championship. Shout out to the competitors, man. They put on a hell of a show.
Yeah, and hell of a show. Perfect timing from them. And just shout out, like, both of them had the mental to send it to 2 best of 7s. I mean, we're at 3 a.m. EST. Like, these players been up, putting on the show for us, showing why competitive Halo cannot go anywhere. It needs to stay, and that for moments like that. But thank you, everybody, and one last shout out to our charity here, going towards the Children's Hospital, Methodist Children's Hospital. We have some of the toys as we saw earlier here, some of the items that your donations will be going towards. We have the toys and the toiletries, the diapers in the back. Going to be so important during this Christmas time. So for everyone that donated, thank you once again. It's going to make a difference for those kids.
All right, y'all, for one final time tonight, thank you so much for tuning in. Unless Clutch wants to jump on the mic and close things out.
Yo. I don't know how I
He's
sound
here.
now, but I'm here,
Sound
bro. I
good.
watched the whole thing. I was screaming. I was in the shower and I heard it, and it felt like I was listening to the radio in baseball times back in the 40s or something.
Yeah,
I was
love
listening
that.
to calls from Pato and Mac just calling out the P1, P2, two people down, mailman kill 3, all this crazy shit. And then I come back and it's like 40 basically, and I'm just like on the edge of my on the edge. It sounds funny to say on the edge of the toilet, but like, you know what I mean. I'm in I'm in the house. I'm clean at this point. It was just like looking at the game, man. It was such an honor to have a way to end the game, and everybody that played are like absolute titans in the community, and all the players are so amazing. It was so good to watch every single game. It was insane to even get to a grand finals recent game 7. So I'm honored for everybody to have y'all in these tournaments and trust us with not only the charity but your time. So thank you so much, everybody. Shredder, thank you so much for Mr. Shinhype on the production, Pato, everybody in the beginning, from Revanite to UMAC to Captain James Forrest to Why Not Be Casting starting out the day, which was so random. Izzy in the background. I feel like I'm missing 2 more, Cyndaquil. And then I think, oh yeah, there was one more I can't remember, so I feel bad. I might be missing somebody. But
Been a
in any
long
case,
day.
I love you. I love you all. It was a long day and everything in between, but thank you so much. The children are going to love this. We'll have a video, Vidoc, that we put out specifically with that. And I have some potentially really cool news about that too that we could talk about later, Mac. But outside of that, thank you so much. And thank you, everybody, for everything y'all have done. This was amazing. This was the coolest thing that could have happened at the end of the year. And I mean, it's awesome. Thank you so much. And I'm honored to even be working with y'all to do this, because it's y'all that make this happen. It's not me. I'm just like somebody that brings people together. Y'all are the reason why this actually works. So thank you, everyone.
Sure. Well, that's going to do it from us at Clutch Academy. I've been Patobot and Mikowski joining me on the mic. And until the next time, make sure you guys stay around, play Halo, and screw EAC. Cut it out.